What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome again to another segment of Adult Conversation, brought to you by the Let It Out Live show. We're here. I'm by myself right now, as you can see. We came in the world by ourselves, we're going to leave out this world by ourselves. Understand? Nah, all jokes aside, blessings to you, your family, and all the families abroad. I'm Marcus Antonio. I'm your host of the Let It Out Live show, Adult Conversation, OG certified. I'm sorry, OP certified, OE certified. I'm still trying to get it right. OE certified. Listen, we're right here. OE certified, hosting going live at GG's Music Cafe, Fort Lauderdale, Sunrise, Florida. We have a crazy, incredible topic we're going to deal with. We was dealing with relationships a lot the past couple of weeks, but we took a break. We wasn't here last week. We're back in full force, and there's no other conversation I don't think that we need to be talking about if you're a black person in America besides what the world is literally in the middle of, the chaos that we're seeing. We haven't just started seeing it, but the chaos that we're seeing abroad, national, on our TV screens. We're here. I'm expecting a few more guests to come in. We're gonna chop it up. Durran's on his way. Eric, we're praying for my brother, my uncle, my confidant. He's out of commission for today, but I think we're gonna get him to come online and join us if he's feeling up to it. But if not, and he's watching, big ups to him. Big ups to my guy, man. We're praying for him. Definitely want him to always be healthy, be strong, because he is a big part of adult conversation. He makes us laugh. He gives us wisdom. So big ups to him. Big ups to everybody that's on. I need you to continue to share. Share this with all your friends. Share this with all your family. If you're home, go on your TV screen. You can pull up YouTube. If you have a smart TV, pull up YouTube. Put in the box, the search box, the Let It Out Live show. The Let It Out Live show. It should come right up. You click on the live one that we're on, and you can watch us on your TV. You can watch us from your phone. You can also watch us on Facebook Live. If you're a friend of a friend of a friend, you can watch us there. Big ups to my mom. She's always tuned in. Lady Ellis. Big ups to the wifey. She's tuned in. Everybody that's always tuned in. Big ups to you. We're gonna get started in a bit with the show, which is labeled "America is Falling." America is falling. We're going to talk about everything that you've been hearing about. If you haven't heard about it, you'll hear about it on this show tonight. We're catering everything to America is falling. We're going to talk about police brutality. We're going to talk about voting suppression, colored votes being suppressed as far as the voting and new laws. We're going to talk about all the video you've been seeing and that's been circulating with police brutality, with the innocent killing of unarmed black men. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get deep into it. I got a couple of announcements that I'm gonna make. A couple of sponsorships and event announcements I'm gonna put up, so you can know what's going on in our world, in my world, and what's the latest move, what's coming up for the weekend. Of course, I promote my own. I'm like James Brown, promote my own. So, of course, my events. If you have events that you want to share with me, you can email me anytime at the Let It Out Live. You can email me at Let It Out Live Show. Let It Out Live Show at Gmail. Let it out live show at gmail.com. At gmail.com. Any promotional, any events you have coming up, black businesses, whatever you feel the need for free, we make sure we advertise for you. So send it to me, text it to me, email it to me, inbox it to me, get it to me, and we'll promote what you have going on, and anything that's coming up. Big ups to one of the beauty plug. It's right there on Commercial. I don't know the exact address. They already had their grand opening. It's a black-owned beauty store. So I'm definitely big up in that. I'm gonna get them in to have an interview shortly, but they're already open right on Commercial by Chow Time. I don't know the exact address, but Big ups to them. Black owned. We definitely want to plug that. For all your beauty needs, go to the Beauty Plug. Right on commercial next to Chi-Town. Tell them we sent you. The Let It Out live show sent you. And they will look out for you. So big ups to that. Our show tonight, definitely if you haven't seen the flyer, America is Falling. Police brutality, voters reform. Hosted by your boy, none other than Marcus Antonio. Durran is en route, and Eric is out on vacation. But he may tune in with us tonight. So continue to share. I'm going to share. We're going to get started shortly. What else we have? I think, of course, if you're in the city of Texas, definitely JT Money, my brother from another mother, is creating a new event, a new grown folks event. Not for the kids, and just put it out there. It's not for the young. It's not for the shorties. We ain't doing nothing crazy. We're networking. We're having fun. We're having a good time. We're talking economics. We're talking social. We're talking business. We're talking personal. We're discussing what players, true adult players and playettes get together. We have a discussion over brunch. It's called the Players Brunch. We're kicking off in Texas this weekend, Sunday, and we'll be in a town, city near you. We're hitting 5 cities coming up, which will be California, Atlanta, New York, and Miami. So stay tuned. Follow the Players Brunch. You can follow us on all social media platforms, which you can follow us on Facebook, or you can follow us on Instagram. And we have a website called playersbrunch.com. We have a website, playersbrunch.com, for tickets to the location. If you're in Texas or if you know anybody in Texas, make sure you share this with them. Let them know we'll be in the city Sunday. It's a pool party. It's a brunch. It's a unlimited mimosas. It's a grown affair in a mansion, 5 acres. 5 acres, private party. The location is not even told yet. It's in Pearland, Texas. So everybody in the surrounding areas of Houston and Pearland, Texas, make sure you share this or get it out to whoever you want to get it out to. Big ups to JT Money. We'll talk some more about that a little bit later. Let's get into what the night is going to be all about. Jenny Brown, talk to us. Give me a second. I'm sharing. You share. Let's share together. Yeah. Real quick, I almost forgot while I'm actually puffing. Big ups to me, you, and you. Hookah. Herba hookah. Herba hookah. All natural hookahs. I started my own hookah company. So for all your party needs, for all your events, if you don't have hookahs, if you want to have hookahs at your party, we do small as 2 hookahs, all the way up to however many hookahs you need. You can get all your hookah needs. If you know anybody that need hookahs that's doing an event, any clubs, any venues, any place that needs hookah services, we will supply all your needs. And our hookahs, we can do nicotine and tobacco, but we specialize in nicotine and tobacco-free hookahs. So for all your hookah needs, we're providing them all for all occasions. Come to Herba Hookah. We know nothing's really 100% safe and effective, not even a COVID shot. Nothing's 100% effective or safe, but this is the safer, more natural way to smoke hookahs. So if you're looking for hookahs and you was interested in smoking a hookah or want to know more about them, or you want them, but you worry about the nicotine, or you worry about the caffeine, or the nicotine, or the tobacco, or whatever it may be, come over, call me. My number is on the flyer, 954-589-9898, or you can email me at marcus8ellis100 at gmail, and let me know what you need, and we'll get back to you and let you know if we can supply your needs of all your hookah services. We put out the best hookahs, the best tasting, all flavors, nicotine, and tobacco free. And we have all different types. I think that's what else we have. What other announcements we have? I think pretty much that's it. So let's get into our topic. While my viewers are sharing and everybody's watching, let's get right into it. I don't know if Eric is watching, but I wonder if he is. I'm gonna bring him on. But while some of my guests are still on the way, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna show you a video or two, and we're gonna talk about what's been the primary topic on all your news platforms, national news, lately. Those that's watching, I need you to talk back to me. Let's discuss this as adults. Let's understand the real business, or what we really truly feel about Black people in America. How we view, are we equal, or is it us? Are we damaging us more than they're damaging us, the other side, the other race? I need to talk about it all. Let's talk about it. But before we get into it, I want to quickly show you one of the most updated scenes and videos that everyone has been talking about. Quick intro to the scene. He's an Army lieutenant. And what's up, Ricky? What's up, Lady Alice? What's up, Tanya? Those are joining and watching, continue to share. Please share. We're about to get into the conversation, so please continue to share this. Let's talk about it. I need you guys to give me input. Hit the share button also, and let's get down to the nitty-gritty on what's really going on. Adult conversation. Again, the video that's getting ready to be saw on your screen talks about, or what's happening is an Army lieutenant is being confronted by 2 police officers. He's maced, he's harassed. I'm gonna let you see for yourself.
Speeds are 18. Vehicles changing lanes. Approaching Church Street intersection. Traffic stop at BP.
Driver, roll the window down.
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
I can't tell.
Put your hands out the window and turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window. He's not complying, Joe. Let me see your hands. How many occupants are in the vehicle? How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
Get out of the car now!
Open the door and get out the car.
Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car.
Now!
Get out of the car.
Now! Get out of the car now! Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I'm going to obey. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son. Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out.
Yeah, dude, you should be. Get out. Get out.
Get out the car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for. You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really? Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
Get out of
please. Get your hands off me. You know what? Get your hands off me.
Not a problem.
Get your hands off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look.
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna talk to
Get
you.
out.
Just get out of my
Relax.
car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right
I-
now.
This is
Now.
not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do
Back
anything.
up.
Whoa, hold on.
Okay.
What's going? Hold on.
AO4 OC just deployed.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
Sir, just get out the car.
Get out of the car now! Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Get out of the car now! Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car.
Look,
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Take your seatbelt off.
look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
My
car.
hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back.
Hey, what's going
My
on?
dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just comply. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am,
Is your commanding officer
you leave, please.
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can
ground.
you please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the
what's
ground.
going
Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Yes, sir.
going on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
You're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really
Come on,
messed up.
sir. Sir, well, just work
This
with
is
me.
really, this is fucked up.
Sir,
This is fucked up.
Sir.
This is fucked
Sir.
up. You know this is fucked
lay down.
up.
Lay on the ground. Just
You
lay
know
flat.
this is fucked
Lay
up.
flat for me, sir.
You know this is fucked up.
Sir, lay flat. Lay flat.
This is fucked up. I can't fucking believe I'm being treated like this. And I'm fucking
Get on the
you
ground.
wrong.
Get on the ground. Right there. Right there. What's that?
It's gum. What the fuck?
Get on the ground.
It's gum.
Sir, can you just work with us?
Can I?
Just work with us. Lay down flat.
Hold on.
Lay down flat. Lay down flat.
Sir,
This
lay
is
down. I'm
really
gonna
fucked
take you.
up.
Lay down. You're
This
gonna get
is
tased.
fucked up.
Lay down. You're gonna get tased.
Fucked up. This
All right,
is
now
fucked up.
put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
I agree. All you have to do is listen.
All right.
803. One in custody.
This is fucked up. Can you open up the window for my dog? I hear him choking. Can you open up the window, please?
Yes.
Stand
Yes,
up.
we will.
Stand up, okay?
Wow. Hello. Testing. We're back. That video is almost hard to watch. Welcome, Gloria. She wasn't on when we went on this
Hey, guys.
video break. She's in now. I just want to test your mic, Gloria. Make sure talking your mic. Let's make sure we.
I think that you
Okay, good.
yes.
We're good. Okay, so I'm gonna pose some questions. I know everybody is watching, heated. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it. My first question I'm gonna pose to my co-host right here, and you guys is watching. Can it have been that the officer, the more aggressive officer, was having a bad day? I'm gonna pose that to you, and then any viewer can answer. Is an officer allowed to have a bad day? Can this be the officer is having a bad day, and like anybody else on their job, he just had a bad day?
So from the beginning of the video, he was aggressive. This doesn't seem like just a bad day. We've all had bad days. It looks like this is how he composes himself as a police officer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I guess to answer your question, can police officers have a bad day? No. You are not in a position where you have the luxury of having a bad day, because your bad day is life and death. My bad day is simply getting a bad survey.
That's pretty good. So you're saying the job that you have determines if you're able to have a bad day or not.
Absolutely. You choose your position. Doctors don't have let's think about it. If you're going in for surgery, can your surgeon have a bad day?
That's a good question.
Absolutely not. Do they have the luxury of screwing up? Absolutely not. And this is not a profession that he has to do. It's a choice.
Art Miller said, "Bad day, my ass." He came off as a power tripping asshole. Lady Ellis said, "I think they're more angry because he wouldn't get out of his vehicle, and he stated he was scared, reasoning why he wouldn't get out of the car." I'm not even gonna give my opinion yet on any of it. I'm still gonna just drop opposing questions and hear from you guys. I want to know before I actually dig in. So it was absolutely not. You can't have a bad day. So if now we got the answer of that, and Art Miller said no, ain't no such thing, ain't no bad day.
Right.
Power tripping a-hole.
That's it. He came in like that.
Someone would say if he would have just complied, it would not have went that far. And the officer said, "You're making this worse than what it is. Just get out the car." What is your response to that? I know this is an intense conversation. I already prepared this to be an intense conversation. So I need you guys to continue to share because I need to know what we think. I just showed you the video. I'll show it again in part for those that are just coming on. The first one you said no, he can't have a bad day. Now did he make things worse by not complying?
How many of our people comply and are murdered? You know what he did wrong? He was driving while black. That's what he did wrong. There's no compliance for that. You understand? And let's be realistic. How many of our young boys are being shot in the back by police officers? How many of our young boys are sitting in parks being murdered by police officers? How many of our black men and women are actually complying and still being murdered? No, this is not a throw this on a victim situation. It never is, really. You understand? It never is. Not only this, but a lot of us don't take the time out to actually read up on the officer that is actually having all of these issues. They've been kicked out of other stations. They've had to relocate. They get jobs in new stations because they are police officers, and there's nothing to say that their past is going to follow them. You understand? So no, absolutely not. And it's annoying. And I pray to God that the person who said it wasn't one of us, because yeah.
Let's get the comments. I know, viewers, it's gonna be pretty deep today. It's not gonna be our normal relationship talk. We're talking about real issues, but right now it's hitting home. That's been discussed, been talked about, been seen, but it's being exposed way more. And I'm almost getting into my answer, but I don't want to yet. Art said even if he did comply, we die. Lady Ella said it doesn't matter about his day. He is supposed to be professional at all times. He's a cop, a racist cop. Art said from the view the officers had, they could have assumed he was reaching for something. Then it becomes, I fear for my life.
Exactly, Art. Listen, no matter what we do, whether we comply, whether we do not comply, whether we argue a fact, whether we're right or whether we're wrong, we're still targets. So the reality of the situation is not whether people have good days or bad days. That's not the real problem here. It's not even a topic. The real topic here is, when the fuck are they gonna stop killing us? That's the topic. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've watched over and over and over and over again how aggressive, how disorderly, how unprofessional, how abusive police officers are to conduct themselves with us. And you could be a 9-year-old child, or you could be a 35-year-old veteran. It doesn't matter.
Unfortunate. Okay, we'll get some more comments. Lady Ella said, why did he have to get out of his car? Why was he stopped? First of all, he complied when he pulled over, not knowing why he was being stopped. Okay, so the story goes that he had let me give you the background on the story that you just seen. I'm gonna show it again in part. The story goes, he had a tag that was not viewable. It was in his window. It was a new truck. So the paper tag was taped in the inside of the window. They didn't see the tag. So when pulling him over, he didn't pull over immediately when the cops put the lights on him. He drove to a well-lit place. This is his story. And he pulled in the gas station. It was like a minute drive, a little over a minute. So when the police first stopped him, he didn't stop. He drove and kept driving to the gas station. He said, because he was trying to get to a well-lit place, which is, I feel, the absolute thing you're supposed to do. So that goes without saying.
Police tell you to do that. So
Okay.
he complied right there. They tell you, if you do not believe that you're being pulled over by a police officer, go somewhere where it's well lit. Go to a police station. Drive to somewhere where you would feel more safe. So that's something that is advised for us to do. So he still complies.
And mind you, I haven't gave my opinion on this, so I'm asking questions on the show as a moderator, as a host. I have no opinion yet. I have an opinion, but I'm not giving it yet. So when you hear me asking these questions, please don't take my questions as if I'm defending anybody or giving an excuse for anybody's action. I'm doing what's supposed to be done so we can get down to the bottom of a lot of things we're getting ready to talk about. Right. So we said we died when we complied, even if we complied. That came from Art. If he would have just gotten out of the car, do you think it would have been that bad as we saw?
We are not in a situation to have these thoughts. That's what I'm trying to explain. It's great that we talk about it, but we are not in a position to have these questions. We are not in a position to say what if. We've watched what if. We've seen people comply. We've seen people not comply.
So you saying the greater of two evils. You comply, you die. You don't comply, you die. So now what do, America? America is falling. What do?
You did.
If you comply, you die. If you don't comply, you die. So now, what's the answer? We ain't gonna get the answers yet. How we fix America? What's the solution? We ain't gonna deal with that yet. We're gonna deal with that towards the climax of the show. But okay, so we got no complying. We got him steady driving, or when the officers pulling for over a minute.
We have to go back to that. You have to re-say that. He did not comply. You said no complying. This man did. This gentleman, this officer, this United States officer did comply. He did exactly what he is supposed to do. He did exactly what the
Okay, so let's break down comply. Let's break down comply. And I'm gonna be the big ups to Eric. He's on from his hospital bed. Lord have mercy. He's a loyal host.
Hi.
Because he's in his hospital bed looking like an old man. He's on with it. Let's bring him in. I want to get his opinion on this whole thing. Let's bring Eric in. What's up, big dog E? E, you hear us?
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
It's not clear.
You're not clear because you're on your phone. Probably need to be on your laptop or something. Can you see us? Can you hear us? Can we see you perfect?
It's like you're underwater. It's like you're underwater.
Yeah, that's probably your cheap phone. That's what happened. If you don't got an iPhone, I mean, you don't really know what to tell you.
Right. Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
You worse than the man that don't comply.
Oh, boy. Yeah, let's get into the compliance. Come on. Let's do it.
But can you hear us?
I can't understand what you're saying.
Get back on. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on your phone, Dabbing? You on Wi-Fi?
I'm on my phone.
You got to put it on Wi-Fi.
Streaming.
You gotta have like a lot of internet service. So you got to be on the Wi-Fi signal to have better service.
I don't understand.
Okay, log off, log back on. You got to get on the Wi-Fi. Hook up the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna text you. Okay, we're gonna get Eric back in here. And then, okay, so let's deal with comply. I'm only being devil's advocate. Nobody killed me. Don't kill the devil's advocate. I'm just being devil's advocate. You said he did comply. Okay, clearly they will say what we see. And what we saw was if the police give you a direct order, you do the direct order. So someone would debate and argue that no, he did not comply because when they said get out the car, he should have got out the car. Yes, we know he said, I don't know what I'm being pulled for. Yes, we know he said, I'm scared. Somebody would say, no matter what, if the police give you a direct order, you do that direct order. I know. Yes, we die even when doing that direct order. Yes, we die even when we in cuffs. Yes, we die when we don't have no ability to do anything and they just blatantly kill us on national TV. Yes, I know we're going to deal with all that, and I know all that is a fact. But we're talking about this one situation at this very moment. Him not getting, this is what, I know you guys listening to me and probably ready to chew me out. This is what white people and other police officers of that opinion and mayors and people, politicians, this is what they say. So I'm giving you what a person is going to say to you. He did not comply because when they say get out the car, he didn't get out the car. Now, what's your response to that? When you say, yeah, he did comply.
So not to say what other cultures or other heritage say about certain things and things of this nature, I do want to say that it is non-compliant when we say that we're scared. It is complaining when we say that we're sick or ill. It is disrespect when we ask, why are you pulling me over? But when other people do it, when other races do it, they're just simply asking questions. They're just simply stating the facts about their physical health. They're just simply making sure that they're safe. So there's never, you can't, these questions, again, mean absolutely nothing when it comes to us. Because anytime we question anything, we are then being disrespectful. We're being combative. We're being argumentative. You understand? Mm-hmm. And that's not the case. And if we want to turn it around a little bit, I know that even people who will go to church and things and say, oh, you never question God. You always question God. You just don't argue with the facts. You understand? Because if you don't say to your teacher, to your father, to the person who's supposed to guide you, if you don't ask them any questions, how do you learn anything?
That's good.
See,
that's a good
that's
point.
the thing. People, when we talk about what we say and how we say it, we're like, oh well, you shouldn't be questioning that. Oh, I'm sorry. On the contrary, I should be questioning anything that seems unsafe to me, even if my mother tells me to do it. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on, huh? That's not gonna kill me. I'm not doing that. You understand? So yes, the police are here to serve, to enforce the law, but they're also here to serve and protect. So if a citizen says he feels uncomfortable or unsafe, it is your job to serve my needs and make me feel safe and protect me while you do it. Their fucking job is not to kill me.
I agree. Let's take a glimpse of that video again.
Speeds are 18. Vehicles changing lanes. Approaching Church Street intersection. Traffic stop at BP.
Driver, roll the window down.
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
I can't tell.
Put your hands out the window and turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
He's not complying, Joe.
Let me see your hands. How many occupants are in the vehicle? How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
Get out of the car now!
Open the door and get out the car.
Keep your hands outside the window! Keep your hands outside the window! Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car.
Now!
Get out of the car.
Now! Get out of the car now! Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a driver too. I'm going to obey. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son. Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received our order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out.
Yeah, you should be. Get out. Get out.
Get out the car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for. You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really? Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
Get out of
Get your hands off me. You know what? Get your hands off me.
Not a problem. Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look.
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna talk to
Get
you.
out.
Just get out of my car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right now. Now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do
Back
anything.
up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on.
AO4 OC just deployed.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
Sir, just get out the car.
Get out of the car now. Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt. Can you?
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Get out of the car now. Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car.
Look,
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Take your seatbelt off.
look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
My
car.
hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get
now.
out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just comply. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am,
Is your
can
commanding
you
officer-
leave, please?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can
ground.
you please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what?
This is very, very, very difficult to even watch. I just wanted to replay it again for those that had just tuned in. And this was Gloria's first time really in detail watching just that part.
You need him. Did you see him?
Listen, I don't know what to call, but I'm going to hold on my. I'm gonna do just that. I've never been speechless. There's too many things in the world make me speechless. I don't have really a word for it. I don't have word for what's being seen and what's taking place. So I'm gonna hold all my stuff until the end. But I'm hearing you guys.
Yeah, that's some stuff.
Jasmine said it's a power trip, straight up.
Yes.
Art said, what's a felony
Yes.
traffic stop? Why is it important for him to know his rank in the service?
Yes. This is
He knew he was dealing with a lieutenant. It's not even a question. You know you're dealing with an armed service, somebody that's in our service. I'm saying that they're better than us or a normal person or a normal person deserved it more than him. I'm saying to the standards of it's one thing to do this, but you don't even respect the fact that this is an active
officer,
military lieutenant.
This is another officer of the same law and the same country you vowed to serve
And
and
protect.
protect. That's the point. Your job, again, you are a civil service employee. That's what you do. That is your job. The problem is that people are under the impression that these people, or if you decide to take this job, you are the end all be all. You are not. You are not. That is not your job description. That's why it says your job is to serve and protect. You can't even get a fucking police officer to stop and help you change your fucking tire. You can stand on the side of the road in the rain and a police officer will not pull you over to help you change your tire, to get you to safety, to make sure that you get pulled over properly, to make sure that there's something there to make sure that everyone else behind you or around you is not in a position to be harmed. That's your fucking job. So when it comes to things like this, these are all power trips. That's what they are. They are power trips. And officers today are not like officers the way when I was growing up. And I was born and raised in New York. And I was raised in the projects. We had housing authority officers. So we had officers that were specific to our housing authority simply because of the lack of communication between our people and law enforcement. So what they did was they placed people in our community to build bonds with us to try to keep down the amount of violence between officers and us. Again, they did something to serve and protect the community. This man didn't put anybody in danger. You asked him one fucking question. Who else is in there with you? He answered. His windows open.
His dog.
His hands on view. You could have simply walked up to the car and did what you needed to do from there. You chose not to. That's a choice.
I know people are always gonna say, anybody got an opinion of how something should have went or could have went on the outside. But until you're in that situation, you know what they say, you really don't know what your response or your reaction is. So we always see something from abroad or a different perspective than the actual action that's taking place at that very moment. We always say what we should have did, what we could have did, how it should have went down, but they're gonna say at that very point in time, the other way that we say it could have been dealt with, that wasn't applicable at that very moment because of they're in that scene at that moment. And in their mind, what the police love to say is, we going home to our family at the end of the shift. So we're not trusting anything or anyone. We don't know what nobody's up to. That's what they're gonna say. That's what they're gonna say. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm just saying that's what you hear them always say. We have a family too, and we're going home to ours.
So at this point, police work is not the career for you. When I walked out of my house, I didn't say, I'm going home to my family because I'm driving black. I didn't say that. You did. You're going home to your family because you went to a job that you chose to go to, that you're being paid to do. You understand? These people don't, and this is not only, please understand too, that this doesn't only happen to us. What happens is it happens to us as brutal as it does. But there are officers who do not know how to conduct themselves. They carry themselves in the worst possible manner because they've had a tough life young, so they get older, and then they decide to go on this ego trip. So they get a position in which they believe that they can perform those ego trips, and then there's no repercussions for it. Put it this way: the leading people who do spousal abuse are police officers. Majority of the women who live with police officers are battered.
Why do you think it is?
Oh no, it's not a thought.
Well, why
it's
is
a
that?
fact. Because who are they going to tell? Wow. Who are they going to call?
Wow.
Who are they going to call? No one. What do you think is if you're in a situation where you feel that you can be murdered, and then you're with someone who feels like he can murder you and get away with it, how do you think that rolls out? How do you think that plays out?
It's tough.
It's tough. You understand? And that's the problem. These people should not be police officers. In other countries, you have to go in and do what is it? Like your hours and what is it? You have to do training. You do your training for years before you become a police officer.
I'm gonna deal with all that. I'm gonna deal with all
Here
that.
they don't do that.
I'm gonna deal with it on my conclusion, my closing to that. But everything you're saying, okay. So, crazy situation. The officer that maced him, it's been said that he's no longer on the force. I think he lost his job. Either he quit or he got fired. The other officer still has his job. And now the guy is suing both officers in the police station.
As he should.
As he should.
As he
So
should.
that's what's taking place at the moment for the conclusion of that situation or that story. You have anything else about that situation? I'm sure another situation.
No, I don't think I do anything about that.
Okay. Those that know, another story that's taking place right now in America, the America that is falling, is the young guy is 20 years old that got killed from the lady who said she thought she had her taser and she shot him. Let's take a look.
As I watched the video and listened to the officer's commands, it is my belief that the officer had the intention to deploy their taser, but instead shot Mr. Wright with a single bullet. This appears to me, from what I've viewed and the officer's reaction and distress immediately after, that this was an accidental discharge that resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Wright.
Yeah. Gloria, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it.
So you said something.
Okay, so I see it so they can know what I said to you, so they can get on my case. I was upset at this situation doublefold because it's a messed up situation. What ended up happening was the guy got stopped by the police for having air fresheners hanging in the back of his window. Long story short, they ran his license. He had a warrant. Many small bitch warrant for marijuana. They came back to the car. They told him to step out the car. They let him know what they're arresting him for, whatever. They put the handcuffs on him. He tries to flee. They tussle. The lady grabs her gun, which she says she meant to grab her taser. She screams, taser, 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 because a part of their training, when they grab whatever, the gun or the taser, they have to give other officers around notice that that's what's in their hand and that's what they're about to use per training. So she says, taser, taser, taser. That's why you hear her saying that. And she shoots him thinking, so she says, that it was a taser. She shot him once, and you heard her say, I just shot him. He went and drove down the street a little farther. He crashed and he died. Got out, he was on the floor, and they left him there for 7 hours doing an investigation on the ground. That's the storyline. You just saw it.
Okay, so first,
I know.
address what you said.
I don't know.
I wanna address what you stated.
Oh, okay. So what I stated, what she's addressing was, I said I'm mad double fold. Of course, it's nonsense. Everything about the stop, the officers, the behavior, it's nonsense. Of course, I get it. My other dilemma was, why is he trying to run? Not you're running from the officer you see coming, or you running from somewhere you have space in between that you can't get away. You have 3 officers around you on all sides of the car. Why are you trying to run? What are you running from? You're not gonna get anywhere. That's noticeable. So what are you running from? That's my dilemma. On the double side.
All right. So let me address.
Gloria says she want to address.
Have you ever been in fear of your life?
I have.
Your first reaction is to do what?
Defend any way possible. When
Which
you put a
means
cat
that
back up
you
against the
feel-
wall, you defend yourself.
So that means that if you feel like running is going to bring you to safety, will you do that? If you feel like fighting is going to bring you to safety, will you do that?
Yeah.
Is this young man not being approached by 3 officers? It was 4. Was it 3 or 4? I can't even remember. Sorry, I hate looking at it, so I didn't even look very well. He's being approached by officers. One has his hands behind his back. The other one is on the other side of the car. And this lady's talking about some taser. When clear as fucking day, it's black. And she holds it for a minute? Sorry, I'm not that fucking slow. Are you? No. Secondly, if the police officer felt that they were in danger or felt scared, let's say, because they say it all the time, and they discharged their weapon, they're justified. Why?
In fear of your life.
Why is this young man in fear of his life? And we're asking him, why is he doing what he's doing? Because he's 20 years old. Because he watches what goes on in society. And I can't speak for him. And God bless him. You understand? And rest in peace and to his family. And I can't. It burst.
What burst?
Look, you don't see it coming out of there?
Yeah.
It's broke.
Oh,
Completely broke.
Okay.
So I can't speak for him, but I can speak for someone who has been in fear. You understand? And what do you do? You run. You understand? So he's doing what normal people do in situations when they start to fear for their lives. That's 1. 2, she's lying. Look at the video. If you look at the video clear as day, you can see it's a fucking gun. Not only this, you're trained for this. You think I don't know the difference between my gun and my taser? And I'm a civilian. And I'm not trained for this. I do my own personal training. I don't carry a firearm on my person every single day. Do I carry one? Yes. But on my person is the statement. That's another thing. When it's all said and done, the only thing they're going to do is say how she's defended and how he caused his own murder, which is the same way they always make it sound. Tamir Rice is 9 years old, sitting in a fucking park with a fake fucking gun. You shoot him because you're in fear for your life. This man runs. And you shoot him because he's in fear for his life. Give me a fucking break. You shoot a 9-year-old black child because you're in fear for your life. Then you shoot a 20-year-old black young man because he's in fear for his life. Give me a fucking break. That's the reality.
Art said, how many more accidents can we allow? What if I accidentally forget to pay my taxes?
Hey, you going to jail, sweetie. They coming to get you tomorrow.
He said, after all of the murders of black men, we are all ready to run. I don't want to die.
The problem is that we see when it comes down, and you know what, us as a people, because I think the honest.
By no way, I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not saying you.
No, I'm I'm not saying for my viewers that he got what he got because of his action. Because that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying now. Your action is why you got what you got. The defense in this, and when you hear this, it start coming out more and more. The defense is gonna be always your reaction is why you receive what you receive. And if your non-compliance and your running and your disrespect and everything else that they put on it is why you receive that.
So that's the answer to the narrative.
For everything.
And no, it's not everything.
No, for everything they do, that's the answer.
No, it's not the answer. What I'm saying is it's to their narrative. So if they shoot a 9-year-old kid, they can't say because he ran because he didn't. You understand? What do they say? Shouldn't be playing with a firearm, a fake firearm in a park in an open to carry state.
Of course.
Give me a fucking break.
There's always a narrative.
That's what I'm trying to explain. So no, that's not that. They're not always gonna say that. What they're always gonna do is place it within their narrative, and their narrative is to make us dangerous. You understand? If you get a whole bunch of what game was it? A soccer game that some team won, and they was bringing down stoplights and they was bringing down signs, and on the media they said they're just compassionate about their team. They're so excited. And we win a football game and dare us do some shit like that. They're thugs. They're animals. They're destroying property. It's a narrative. But the worst part about that narrative is we eat it up as black people. We take that shit and we run with it. And then we use it against each other. You understand? America is not falling. America is exactly what America is supposed to be. It was built on the foundation of our backs, our blood, our children, and our sacrifices. That's what America was built on. America's not going anywhere. But now it's time that we take what belongs to us. And I'm sorry, if we built it, it belongs to us. You can't tell me to go back to a country that you brought me from unwillingly, and your ancestors don't belong here. You can't tell me that this is your country because it is not. But again, these are narratives. And us as people, we need to make a decision. Just like when they shot him, we didn't wait 2 days to do nothing. They out there. They protesting. You understand? They're making a stand. And then it's like, oh, should we be doing this? Yes, we should. And then you know what we do? Then we get another black person to say, hey, we shouldn't be doing that. Oh, no one's going to listen to you when you do that. Who the fuck was listening to us when we wasn't? Don't tell me or tell whomever this is what they can or cannot do, what they should or should not do when they did it your way and the shit didn't work. You understand? Don't sit in a background doing nothing and tell somebody else that what they're doing is wrong. You can't do that. But then ask the same question. Oh, well, he ran. Why did he run? Because he's fucking scared. Why does most people run? Most people don't run for no other reason other than fear. Or they're playing a video or playing games. Why does anybody in America fucking run? That's why he ran. Let me mind you, that same warrant that we're talking about should not have even been a warrant because they sent it to the wrong fucking address. So you send me a Zoom court date, I miss it, and because you sent it to the wrong address? Are you fucking kidding me? So you fucked up. Now I'm dead. So you fucked up and sent it to the wrong address, and you fucking fucked up and you say you got a taser and you shoot me with a fucking gun. Get a grip. It's bullshit. And then you pulled me over initially for air fresheners? No, you didn't pull me over for air fresheners. You pulled my motherfucking ass over because you fucking felt like it. Air fresheners just seem like the best thing to pull up. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
You pulled me over because you fucking wanted to. That's why you pulled me over. Because I'm driving while black. Air fresheners? Give me a fucking break.
Some would say I'm kind of quiet tonight, but really I'm not. I'm outdone by what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing, what I've saw for so long, what I've heard for so long, and my answer is gonna be when I get my conclusion at the end of the show. The reason I'm not commenting because I don't believe that it does any good. It's almost sad to say, I don't even know why I'm having this conversation on the podcast because I really don't feel like this does any good. I'm a radical kind of cat. I'm not a Martin Luther King cat. I'm a Malcolm X man. So talking about stuff like this to me, and politically and laws, and I don't believe any of it is any good. Matter of fact, I'm already into what I was gonna say for the end, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You got me so amped. I'm trying to like remain calm, and I'm trying to just like let other ideals and resolutions come out and comments, so I can now.
He said, "Let go, New York."
So I can now, do what I want to do and conclude this the way I want to conclude it. But I'm so antsy and agitated. I'm ready to do it now. Because I don't have an answer like most people would. Well, like some people would have. My answer is a little bit different. Art said if we all took arms like the Black Panthers and Malcolm said, they would ban guns.
Oh, they're gonna ban guns anyway. So let me be 100% clear. If you don't have a concealed weapon license, please go get one now. If you don't own firearms, please go get one now. I'm trying to buy my AR-15s now and my AKs. So you better go do it because and don't get me wrong, I voted for Biden. However, he is part of a political party that doesn't agree with having weapons in hands of civilization.
So we can deal with that a little bit too, what you just said. So since we're dealing with America Falling, the title is called America is Falling, but in response and piggybacking on for what Gloria just said, my view on that title, America is Falling, is America is not falling. America is doing just what it was made and built to do. It's funny you said that because I just told somebody that today before I came on here to deal with this topic, and it was about what we just said. America is not falling.
No.
America is doing exactly what it was meant to do.
It
was built that way.
Yes.
It was incorporated that way. It was structured that way. The people that structured it was that way. You was not in the minds of the people that came with the Constitution. Your well-being was not on their minds when they created the Constitution. When they created laws, remember, laws had to actually change because laws from the Constitution and from the what they call them, the founding fathers, said that you were a slave. It said that you was legally, you was property. Remember, the same laws, these laws just changed 40, 50, 60 years ago. These laws had you as an animal, as a less than human being when it came to citizenship. So don't you no way think that this world, America, was built with intentions or with you in mind and your well-being and your family.
Don't ever forget that.
Don't you ever forget that, and don't you ever think you were on the minds of those people, because you were not. We evolved, and America is evolving, and I'm not even gonna say it's fixing its mistakes. It's band-aiding its mistakes. That no mistake is being fixed.
Well, I just want to interject there. So he brought up slavery. Please understand that slavery has never ended. It's just a different form
The method change.
of slavery.
Not
Now
actual
it
slavery.
is not. No, it's still slavery. It's just in a different format.
Yep.
Because to be in bondage is just that, to be in bondage. And when we say slavery, I guess people are believing chains and whips and things of this nature. But you have to understand that we may not be in chains and whips physically, but mentally and emotionally, we are in just as much bondage as we was back then. We are extremely brainwashed and whitewashed, and our chains are our emotions. It's the lack of intelligence. It's the lack of knowledge. It's the lack of self awareness. It's all of these things are our bondage. You understand? And if we don't wake up, we will continue to be in bondage. But the worst part is when half of us are okay in slavery and the other half isn't. That's when our issues come in, because now we're fighting each other for free will. And now I have to fight and keep my fight going for me and you, because you can't get it together. And when I say that, I mean as far as with all of the things that are put into place to keep us in slavery. Right now, if you think about it, there was a point when we were murdered to read. Now we will murder not to read. That's deep as hell, and it's simple. There was a time when we were murdered to read, meaning we were caught reading, we were murdered, we were lynched. We live in a time today where we will murder somebody before we pick up a book. Willingly. If that is not a shift of slavery, I don't know what is. We believe that we belong in prisons. We believe that we should be putting our men on child support. We believe that living in a projects, living in a housing community is put into place to give us a hand up. We believe that these systematic programs that are put into place, like welfare, are to help us and to feed our children. We truly believe that. We believe that the educational system is exactly the same in one neighborhood to another. We believe that. We believe that when a police officer shoots an unarmed young black man, we should be asking ourselves, what did they do? We believe that. We believe that if we don't do anything, something is going to change. We believe singing Kumbaya is going to get us to our next level. We believe that. We believe that our Savior doesn't look like us. Come on, man. That's slavery. That's bondage. If it's not anything else, it's bondage. If you don't want to see it to be slavery, fine. But it's bondage, the least. What is bondage? Slavery. Same thing. Just in different manners. The only difference is we're more willing to be put in that position than we were before. We fought before. Now we just lay back and say, hey, not me, not today. I have a house. Forget that. It's overwhelming. It's disgusting. And the truth of the matter is it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because I just had a conversation just to go into the bondage of the mindset and why we need to start changing our mindset and how we move with each other in order to get other people to move with us differently. Somebody said to me, I'm not surprised. I get, we were talking about this young man, his death and his murder. It wasn't a death, it was a murder. And they said, well, I'm not surprised. We act like we care, but there's black on black crime. Let me clear something up. There's no fucking such thing as black on black crime. Black people do not kill black people because they're black. Get the shit out of your fucking mind. There's no such thing as black on black crime.
So you're clearing up that stigma that everybody say, well, y'all deal with this, y'all deal with that, but you're not dealing with y'all own killing your own. So you're saying you're saying that the reasoning is what makes a difference.
What I'm saying,
the motive behind the murder.
What I'm
the
saying
the
is
motive behind the murder.
What I'm saying is it's a narrative. It's not about the murder or the motive of the murder. It's the narrative that I'm talking about. The fact that somebody can tell you that there's black on black crime, there's a problem with that. Because that tells me that someone can tell you that we kill each other because we're black. No, we kill each other because we're in poverty. We kill each other because we're placed into systematic housing systems that give us one outlet or maybe two. And when we take that outlet, then we're still mentally in bondage.
So what's your solution?
Oh, sorry. It's a lie.
If you had to break it down and into
it is
2-3 step process, what's your solution? And I'm gonna get mine.
I'm sorry, my son is.
I'm gonna get my issue and then I'm gonna get mine. Also get my solution.
So to me, the solution is knowledge. It's actually figuring out where the cracks are. You understand? You can't fix a leaky faucet by just putting cork in it. Sometimes the whole faucet needs to be changed.
Well, you're knocking on my.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes the whole faucet needs to be changed. And if you think about it, knowledge to me, a lot of us don't know Black Wall Street. A lot of us don't know Rosewood. A lot of us don't know Central Park. A lot of us don't even understand true terms when they're utilized when we speak about slavery. Knowledge. It's the lack of knowledge.
Okay, so this is what I see. It took a nation of people I don't believe this system that we're protesting, that we're, playing it by their rules. We're we're changing laws, creating new laws. Congress, we're fighting in Congress. We got the left side, we got the right side, we got politicians, we got the game of politics. I don't believe any of that.
Not to cut you off, Art, you are absolutely correct. That is mental bondage. That is exactly what that is.
It's another form of mental bondage.
Yes.
I don't believe any of that fixes anything. I believe there is no fixing when it comes to America. There is no band-aid. There is no clogging up the leak. I believe that a system that was created with you not in the mind, has to be abolished. I don't believe we would ever fix America. America is built and designed to do what it's doing. And it's going to continue doing it. No matter how we evolve, we think when things are better, what we do is say it ain't like it used to be, so it's better. Well, we ain't segregated, so now it's better. Marcus, you don't see the change. How can you say things aren't better? Because we used to not be able to drink from the same water fountain, so it is better. I would hear my grandparents having that lack of knowledge, so saying what they only knew, and the only thing they knew was, if I give you the plate from off the ground and put it up on the chair, but you still got to eat off your knees, that's better, and that's satisfying, that's satisfactory. But I don't believe the greater of two evils, picking the greater of two evils is better.
Right.
I don't believe that's better. Some people have that mentality that, well, at least, that's the statement it's made. Well, at least, look where we come. Look how far we came. Look at now compared to then. I don't believe you can pee on me and tell me it's raining.
Right.
So all that to say, there is no fixing America, in my conclusion. I believe America has to be burnt down to the ground. Every time we've tried it, they burnt us down to the ground. Every time we accomplished a little bit of knowledge or power, financially, mentally, I believe they still keep their foot on that
nets.
Exactly where it needs to be. So, with that being said, I believe, let's take a walk. You remember the movie with Jamie Foxx and the guy that got his family killed, and Jamie was the DA. He worked for the DA. If anybody remember the movie, y'all holler at me. Talk back to me. You remember the movie? Jamie was the DA. He worked for the courts. The guy, family got killed. Somehow in the law, and fast forward the movie, the guy that did the murder didn't get the time that he was needed to get. They worked a deal with the guy. Jamie, being the DA, told the husband that, hey, we did what we could. If we would have fought to get murder charges and get more, he might have gotten off.
That's how the judicial system.
That's how the what system?
Judicial system. Yeah.
That's how the what system?
It's the judicial system.
Okay, so this is our system. So what this guy did, because he was so smart and he's a master at his craft, he brought everybody to their knees. It's one of my favorite movies because
What is the name of it?
if anybody remember the name of the movie, please throw it out there. I forgot the name of the movie with Jamie Foxx and the white guy that said one of the best statements on the movie. Those that's watching, tell me the name of the movie. The guy said, Jamie said, why are you doing this? He was killing everybody that had something to do with his case. He killed the guys, the men. He killed Anybody that was part of the case, lawyers,
I
state,
think I do remember.
anybody, police officers, he killed everybody that has something to do with it. Jamie said, "Why are you doing this? And what's gonna happen? What are you doing?" He said, "I'm gonna burn it down to the ground. The entire system. I'm gonna bring it down to the ground." Reason I love this movie and the reason I made this point, because the narrative of that movie, I was actually on the guy's side. I wasn't, even though he was killing people, innocent people. This is scary. I'm talking to y'all for clarity, but this is very scary. This is my mental state, though. He was killing innocent people that really didn't physically kill his family, but because they had something to do with supporting or working with the system, he said, if you have something to do with it,
But the thing is,
I'm bringing it all the way down to the ground. And he gave them options, not just saying he just automatically killed them.
I'm trying to figure out what the movie is, because now I'm really intrigued.
You're intrigued. Definitely. You're going to be. He gave them options. He gave them time to fix what was wrong. They chose not to because they had to follow the court system. So he said, I'm going to burn it all the way down to the ground. Or I'm going to die trying. He died trying, but he got their attention in many, many ways.
So the thing is, I think that, well, I can't lie. I'm not even, I can't remember, what is it? Law-abiding citizen.
Thank
It
you.
was law-abiding citizen, Lala. Yes, law-abiding citizen. I did watch that, but I don't really remember it too well. What is the new movie that just came out that, not Weekend in Miami? American.
What is it? What is it about?
It's about a young black male who was murdered by a police officer.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And he went into the police station and held everybody at gunpoint. What is it called?
It was a reason
Americans.
Americans. I know what you're talking about.
So
and they killed him. They killed him coming out after he was
after the fact, and then turned around and said he was part of the Taliban. Again, narrative.
Yes.
So what?
No, so there is no fixing. My opinion. There is no fixing what was never built for you in the beginning with. American Skin. Absolutely.
That's it.
Mama Ross, thank you for watching.
One of the better, best, not even better, one of the best movies I've ever seen. Spike Lee did it on that. I'm sorry. He shook
Narrative.
some.
But
He shook some.
we're watching movies about it. We're talking about it. We're protesting about it. It's becoming a cycle. Because after the protest, and after the burning of the buildings, after the stealing, and after the attention, the national news, after all that, after the court, right now, a death we watched, America watched, a national murder on TV is being defended in court right now after it was displayed on national TV. There's no other video we need to see. We saw from every angle possible. We see every video, and it's being defended right now because of the Duke system. That
part right there. It's so.
I believe we got to burn it all the way down to the ground.
The as far as with just clarification of burn it down to the ground.
I know you want to know what I mean, right?
No, I know what you mean. We
What I
talked
mean?
about it last week. Well, no, I know what I meant when I said it when we talked about it 2 weeks ago.
What you mean?
I meant the system itself.
Like, what do you
We
mean?
can't ash America, but we can definitely bring all of the laws and things of this nature to a cease. You're right. There's not much we can do as far as with the law that is set into place, like you said.
David Banner said today concerning this, there's two things that we've yet to do. The one thing he said that I remember was two things. You affect their lives and you affect their money. He said there's two things you affect to get attention or to straighten things out. that we've yet to ever do. We attempt to do it. We do it in pieces. And I'm going to deal with why we do it in pieces. But those two things we don't do. Affect their lives and affect their money.
Well, affecting their money is going to affect their lives, period. It's all about money. Money is number one, period. It's not anything that comes to the belly of the beast is going to be financial. It's just, that's the way it is. You understand?
Let me tell you why we can't do that.
Barter. Even when we used to barter, we used to be like, hey, I'll give you 2 horses for. It was about what I can get from this. You know what I mean? And as far as with money, when money is concerned, I think with us and with that particular statement and change, again, that change has to come from us.
But
we have to stop looking at each other as the enemy.
It's not going to.
No, and I can't believe that.
I'm
There's
saying why.
no possible way
I can tell you exactly
that I
why.
can look at my brothers and sisters and say that there's not going to be a day that we're going to wake up. There's
It's
no
not.
way.
I'll tell you why.
I can't agree with that.
I'll tell you why. From the beginning of our ability here in America, they took a group of people and installed in the minds that you were each other's enemy. From the very beginning of the thought pattern from our people. Perfect, clear, simple example of what I'm talking about. They took you and put you in the house.
Right.
They took me and put me outside.
Exactly. Separation.
I have an automatic hate or disconnect because
the uncomfortability.
they broke us from the very beginning. If you run, they make an example out of you from the very beginning. So you'll never run again. If you're disobedient, they made examples out of you. So you'll never disobedient again, or nobody else that's watching. Everything that you possibly did in strength, they broke. If you read, you said it earlier. If you got any kind of education, everything that can break us was done. Now, have we come a long ways in unity? Yes, we have. But do we have a natural mindset to hate is such a strong word. I don't know if I want to use it, but to be in conflict with each other? Yes. It was from the very beginning. Now you're talking about taking a culture of people that from the beginning of existence of being here in America started off together in slavery, then being separated as you're better than you are, you're brighter than you are, you're better, you're a house, you're inside, you're doing well, you was taught to love the person on the inside more than the people. Jingo. You was taught to love.
Jingo is a terrible.
No, Jingo was terrible, but Jingo was actual factual. We hated Samuel in that. But was that Samuel's fault? Or was that installed? The way Samuel's actions was in that. Was that him? Or was that installation? He was taught to be that. Massa. He was taught, it was embedded.
Yeah.
How do you take this that's embedded in a human being? Now it's no longer what you choose to want to do. It's embedded in you. How do you take something that's embedded in you and now you're going to change decades after decades of training for me to always fight against you, for me to always want to be better than you, do better than you.
So let me answer that. And I'm going to answer that to the best of my ability, and it's my opinion. The same way the false doctrine is embedded in you, you were built from sand as a king, which was the first thing embedded in you. So don't discredit what we are, which are kings and queens. Don't discredit the fact that we are the first people. Don't discredit that this world would not be without us, whether light, dark, or whatever that is. What it sounds to me when you say that, it sounds like we've given the enemy way more ability than He really has. And at this point, of course, when we say the enemy, we mean as far as with racism, because this is one of the biggest enemies that we as Black people are dealing with in America. You understand? After racism is self-hate. That's why people hate me, because I'm light-skinned. That's why men can look at me and say, I want to be with her, and choose not to be with a dark-skinned woman. This is why I can look at a dark-skinned man and be like, I'm really attracted to him, and not be attracted to a light-skinned man. You understand? It's still all a form of self-hate. But when we discuss these things were given to us by man, which is not the end all be all. We are kings, and we are queens, and no matter what, right? We will be fighting a battle that is beyond us. And when I say that, I mean beyond America and Americans. You
Right.
understand? Because there are other countries that also feel. I had a conversation with a young lady the other day who said, "Oh, Americans, we think that they're lazy," and I, you know, in a lot of cases, we would be upset to hear something like that. And I said, I can respect that. I can respect your position, but can you respect ours? And she says, what do you mean? I said, in your country, you have a prime minister. What color is he? The doctors that you went to, what color were they? The teachers that taught you in school, what color were they? When you go to praise, whom are you praising? I said, so for you to automatically, again, adopt the narrative or the doctrine that Black people are lazy, it's asinine, because no one lazy builds a whole entire country for free.
And we
To
lazy
the
when
death.
we don't want to do it anymore for free.
Right, yeah, that's the point
Yeah.
I'm trying to make to them.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you're telling me that my savior looks nothing like me, but the same as someone who brought me over here, what do you think I do understand? When you tell me that the only person who can teach me right doesn't look like me, what do you think you're telling me? When you tell me that we should be ecstatic that we have a Black president and then be mad when he doesn't do for Black people, what are you saying? So when we talk about these things, what happens is we take a lot of what we feel and we put all of that into the perspective in which we then form our judgments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the reality is, even and again, this all goes back to knowledge. You understand? This
It
all goes back to knowledge, because there's very few things that people can take from you, and your education is one of them. And it doesn't mean that you have to go to someone's school and be in debt for it. Pick up a fucking book. Read. Find out the
Now
truth.
we have access.
We've always
Beyond.
always had access, and understand the access that we have now is not knowledge. You can put in Google and type in what is so and so, and you're going to get 15 different answers.
Right.
We've always had the knowledge. We've never had the key to get into the room the knowledge is in. Now we choose not to use the key to get into the room the knowledge is in.
When you say we always had the knowledge, what do you mean we always had the knowledge?
We've always had the knowledge. There, even from stories from slavery, even from stories of the Bible.
But you wouldn't want the knowledge if you was killed for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Guess what? They did, and that's where your misconception is coming in. You don't want the knowledge because you can be killed for it.
No.
Listen, you don't want the knowledge because you're being killed for it. Do you know how many of our people were murdered because of knowledge?
Right. So
They
why
wanted
would
it. They wanted it.
They did want
And
it,
they
but if
took
they
it.
were killed for it.
They were killed anyway. That's the point. This is the point. This is the
But they
difference
were killed
between
faster for
No,
it.
guess what? This is the difference between people who are doing something and people who are not. That same statement.
I don't believe that.
No, that same statement. oh, I'm not gonna do anything because I could be killed for it.
No, I didn't say not doing anything, but I don't
I
believe
get it. I get what you're saying.
I believe that people wanted knowledge and did not have. You said we always had access to knowledge. We did not always have access to knowledge. No, we did not. My grandma wanted to know way more than what she knew. She only knew what the ability allowed her to know. There was way more for her to know.
Did someone else in your
And my great grandma,
and this is not to be, because I don't want to sound disrespectful to your grandma or anyone else or anything like that. So
like I'm just talking about.
I know in general. But what I'm saying is, if the ability is there for one, it's there for all. You understand? So just like you mentioned, just like you stated initially when you said that the ones who ran, right? The ones who ran were the ones who were then they would cut off their legs, they would handicap them. They would handicap them.
That's right.
To make them so, and it would put a fear into the next person.
That's right.
Does that mean that their feet did not work to run? Absolutely not.
No.
You know what it meant?
What
it meant mentally their feet didn't work to run.
You're right. That's what breakage comes from, though. That's where you break a person first, mentally.
That's bondage. But the thing is this: what happens is this. You're saying the exact same thing, just in a different aspect. You're saying the exact same thing.
What do you mean?
So I'm not gonna run because the person next to me ran and he lost his legs.
You're absolutely right. That's
so,
a perfect example.
So what made me think I couldn't run?
Because somebody lost their legs and ran.
Okay. So what made me think that I didn't have the knowledge? Because someone lost their life.
What do you mean?
What makes
you skipped over.
What makes me okay?
You lost me right there.
All right.
Because I'm telling you, listen, bro. If we can we ain't got to think deep on this. If Durran is next to me and we're both in whatever setting that we're in, and he does something, and I see what he gets for the action he does, that's automatically gonna make me not want to do it, no matter if it's there or not. No matter if I know, okay, I can try, I can make it. Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking all that. But what just happened was the mental bondage that was supposed to happen was supposed to break me, which works.
It works. And that's why your grandmother and your great grandmother didn't have the knowledge.
That's why everybody knows it works.
No. You can't say everyone. You cannot say everyone.
Listen,
because what you're saying is what you're saying.
Who you know made it through?
Everybody's dead.
No.
So if you're going to die anyway, why die a slave? No. Yes.
Mentally.
Why die a slave?
Mentally. That's what breaking somebody is. That's what jail does. It's a systematic.
You don't
thing.
have to go to jail.
Listen, it's a system.
What you're saying is broken.
No, it's a systematic thing that stay working, and it always works, and it's gonna continue to work. That's what breaking somebody is.
Because you're willing to listen
it
to
has
it.
nothing to do with willing.
No, that's will. What you just said is will.
So I know I came in. Hey, how y'all doing?
That's not will. That's what's it's supposed to do that. It got nothing to do with will. If a child touches a hot stove, when the child, the reaction from what the child got when I touch the hot stove, it tells me I ain't touching the stove no more. Ain't got nothing to do with I got a will. Yes, I can always reach. No, I can always reach and touch that stove anytime. But the reaction is what changed me not to do it again.
But if the child touched the hot stove because the house is fucking burning, you getting out the goddamn house.
No, we talking about something simple.
No, you have to go deep because you're talking about mental slavery.
No, we don't. We're talking about simply that if somebody was a slave,
you're talking about mental slavery.
So you're saying our people was what? What are you saying our people was? That chose not to run because they just saw somebody that ran, get their legs cut off. What they was? They got access to
slaves. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, what were they supposed to do? What were they supposed to do?
Yo.
What were they supposed to do? What were they supposed to do?
The same thing as everyone else.
You didn't make no sense at all. Okay, so
wait, hold up. So why is it that you decide not to be like Martin Luther King and you decide to be like Malcolm X?
Because there's a Malcolm X. Show me.
But guess what? There's a people who ran and showed me too.
You missing.
You're missing it.
You ain't hearing nothing because you're too busy on what we should have been.
Right,
you ain't hearing nothing. You just talking.
All right,
there's a Malcolm and there's a Martin Luther King.
Okay.
Same
and
guys.
There's a runner and there's not a runner.
Listen. Same guys, same perspective. Both dead. Both options was there. Both educated. You're not saying anything that was different. Malcolm chose to do it that way. That's just a perspective. He chose to be more violent. Malcolm.
That's exactly what I just said.
That's not what you just said. That's not. That's why we got video. That's not what you just said.
Again, both of y'all.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Both of y'all. I'm trying to understand
All right, go
the
ahead.
question. I'm saying,
I said our people.
what are we talking about?
We're talking about America being what America is.
Okay.
I said our people. When this topic came from, I said. She said we always had access
To
Knowledge, anything.
to knowledge. I said
No. So go to the beginning. So what happened was we got into this because he stated we were talking about the system in America and whether it can be changed and why he doesn't believe that we will ever be different or can change.
I didn't get to why. I didn't get to what needed to happen. I just said
That's what we were
I said
talking
it
about.
needed to be
But
perfect. There is no fixing. That's what I said.
Right.
There's no fixing America.
You said
America is designed to do what America is doing right now.
Exactly.
The builders of the car, of the truck, of the ship of America designed it to do exactly what it's doing. There's no fixing America. I said the only way you fix America has to be dismantled, burnt down, not physically fire,
right. No,
but
and I
burnt
said that right
down.
The system.
Dismantle the system. The system isn't built for you, so you can't expect the system that was never built for you to work for you. It has to be dismantled from the bottom,
Destroyed. It needs to be rebuilt
from the very beginning, because that's how it was set.
and restructure.
There is no help. So
not restructure. It has to be rebuilt. Restructure means that you're taking something and you're fixing it.
Same
It
thing.
needs to be
Restructure.
demolished. Like he said, I agree with you. It needs to be demolished.
demolished.
Right.
Just
Okay, go ahead.
done. Okay,
All
so she didn't disagree. Okay, we both agreed on that.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of how we got on the
Okay, so
topic
that's what I was just saying.
the
So what happened was then we went into like our people, right? And how he stated that in America, because we can only speak about Americans.
Right.
How in America we are built on lies and deceit and misinformation.
brokenness,
Right. Yeah.
separation.
So because of that,
It's in us.
so right. And so he said because of that, we can never be fixed. At least that's what I got. Is that what you were saying?
I didn't say never. We can never be fixed. I'm saying the actions we take now, everything that we've done, that's not a fixing method. Everything that we've done, because it was installed in us from the very beginning
To
of
hate each
being
other.
brought here to hate each other.
Right, light skin,
Dark skin, inside the house, outside the house.
Right.
Don't do. You get educated, you're gonna be killed. You get too much this, you're gonna be killed. You learn how to read, you're gonna be killed. That thing was installed in our culture from the very beginning of time as America, not as where we come from, Africans. But I'm talking about here.
Because of the system to cover,
From the very beginning, from how we think,
Discord.
from how we think to how we eat to how we
everything
about us.
So with that, I will say this.
Hold on, wait, but you didn't get to the while we're back and forth.
Yeah.
So then I stated, right, I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he had his reasons, right? Because we were brought here and we were like we said, we were brainwashed, right? We're programmed, right?
Program.
And so I stated, I can't believe that. And he said, no,
you can't
it
believe
is.
exactly what?
I can't believe that we cannot be
Reprogram.
I don't think it's reprogram. I don't think that we can be that's reprogram. That's perfect. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Okay. I don't believe that cannot be done. And he said, why? And I said, because the same way we were given misinformation from the beginning of time, we were informed. You understand? Meaning we were born kings and queens. We are the first people. This earth is here.
Okay, I'm sorry. So no, you're absolutely right. But if I were brought here, so this talking about somebody that don't know as in depth what you're saying and what we're saying, because I agree we were kings. That's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm saying if I was brought here and taught everything I was taught under this umbrella, under this system, now I have to be, I guess you said reprogrammed, to know that now I am not what I am under this system. I am what I am outside of the umbrella.
That's why, but we got into it because you asked me a question.
Well, which was what?
That's why I stated, you said, how can we fix that? I said, no. And then you stated.
You said we always have access to knowledge.
Right. No. You said, how do we fix it? I said, knowledge.
Okay.
You said, well, my grandparents, no, you said, well, my grandparents didn't always have knowledge. I said, no, they did have knowledge. They had the knowledge.
What knowledge you saying they had?
Right.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm lost at. They didn't have the knowledge.
Okay.
So you saying they did?
Okay. So when we say,
So
because we were talking about reading books and we were talking about we were talking
No,
about,
I'm just saying. No, we weren't. I was saying because you saying they didn't have the knowledge, and you saying they did. I don't know how they did.
What I'm saying is like, and then I said, well, reading books, finding. I said, but us today, the difference between what he's saying about us today and us back then was the fact that the key was taken from us, right, and hidden away, and we had to go find it. And now it's right here, and we choose not to utilize it.
So I get so. We all know we can look back on countless movies. Matter of fact, one of the most recent movies, Harriet Tubman. We were crippled as a people because we didn't learn how to read and write, and we learned a way of a system from them. We learned what we were taught.
That's all we knew.
So at that point, when you learn, we learn by experience and not by literature. So
She's gonna disagree with that. I see it. So what do you think about it? That's what he said was just a better way to say what I just said. That's exactly what I feel.
No matter what, you can be dumb. Experience can teach a child that cannot speak, that cannot read. Hey, that's fire.
That's how I'm doing it again.
Now, guess what? They know that, hey, that is heat. By getting burnt, I'm not going to touch it again. That is experience. Experience is the best teacher, regardless of what literature you have. Now, however,
I agree.
Okay.
Now,
so let me stop y'all right here, really quick, because now we're talking about literature.
No. Hold on. 2 seconds. Hold on.
All right.
Y'all had to flow the whole time.
You're right.
Let me.
My bad.
Yeah. It's okay.
You got it.
Go ahead.
That is taught no matter what. When you swim, you get thrown in the pool. Guess what?
You sink or swim.
If you either sink or swim, sink or swim. If you're doggy paddling and you're really not moving, are you going to continue to do it?
If you're fighting for your life, yes.
Hold on. Meaning, if you're not moving, if you're not progressing, are you going to continue to doggy paddle?
No, you want to do what?
You're going to do it a different way because you know that your time's right. You're going to try. Your time is dwindling it down because you're sinking.
Right.
Now you're going to say, no, we're going to try to turn.
You're going to try
another way.
Another
I can get some kind of movement. That is experience at that very moment, teaching you a better way. This is a better way. What I'm saying now, that is experience by action, life. Now, when we have the application.
Wait. So let me go into that because I think that maybe, because both of you are saying literature, and I'm mad confused about why we're talking about actual books. But okay.
What I'm saying by literature is that
access
is access to knowledge. Is
what you mean
talking about? I mean everything. When I say knowledge, so let's go to this.
Maybe that's why I was confused.
Okay, so let's go to this. You're talking about, so let's take your analogy because it's a really, really good one. And maybe I can explain my perspective of where I'm coming from when we're talking about knowledge and education and things like that.
Okay.
So
this is really good, guys.
Because
this is like the root. To me, this is root. We can talk about all day about protests. We can talk all day about who's right, who's wrong, white, black, should have did, could have did, couldn't have did, laws, court, all day. And that'll just be an ongoing topic. I like to deal with the root of stuff. And this is, to me, how we're programmed, how we think.
It's the
root.
It all comes down
So
to
go ahead.
so ultimately, that is inaccurate. And the reason why I'm saying that, and again, maybe because what I'm saying is not what you guys are saying.
I want to hear.
You understand?
Okay,
so my point is this: you get thrown in a pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna sink or swim.
Right.
We've acknowledged that, right?
Right.
Now, if you have access to learn to swim and you choose not to because you're scared of the water, and you get thrown in a pool, did you not have the information you needed to learn to swim.
No, I got that.
Okay,
That was
no,
it.
no, no. That's the point. No, you can't
I got
stop
you.
me
Hold on.
because that's my point.
access?
Hold on.
I'm still
Hold on.
trying to figure out what you want access.
I didn't cut across the yard. Again, experience is a teacher. So the second time you get, I believe this. You're talking about the second time now, right?
No,
No.
This has to be the second time. Hold on.
she's talking about the first time.
Okay, so even how can one? Okay, so we can do the two perspectives. One would be afraid of the water had not on the two ways. If they see somebody and they see somebody drown, that could possibly make them afraid because it's experience or it's seeing visual, or they have to touch it and be in a situation themselves to make them afraid. Now, either way, once you have experienced A or B, and you have the option with C to attain the knowledge to learn how to swim, that's a choice.
That's the point that I'm making. So,
I got what you're
basically,
going, but
what
I
I'm
got
saying
what
is,
you're doing.
if I choose, because I don't like the fact that you're going to lose your limbs not to run, don't say that I don't have the option to run. That is a choice.
But I see what you're saying. You do have the option, but I'm telling you, the common choice is always going to be not to receive what I just saw the person
We're
receive.
not talking about the common choice, and the reason why we cannot talk about the common choice is because you made the thing on point.
Okay.
Malcolm and Martin. Do you understand? Either way, though, did the outcome become the same?
Yeah.
The outcome was the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you make a conscious choice to either fight, right, or flight.
But I think you're actually making a better point for me, though, because what you're saying is
That's the point that I've been trying to make the whole time. That's why I'm like, what do we? When he said books, I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe we're not talking about the same
whether
thing.
you do it. I get what you're saying. Whether you do it or not, the outcome ends up being the same. So you're saying take the chances in it.
The choice is either.
But I would agree with you,
Right?
because that's just how I think.
Yours. That's why I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay, this is why
What are we talking about?
this is what I'm disagreeing for. I'm disagreeing for the people that don't think like me and you, and they are afraid, and they rather take the choice of Martin than Malcolm.
But you gotta understand.
Now I agree with you because I'm that cat that I feel like I'm gonna go out fighting before I go out. Right.
The thing is this though, the people in fear are not Malcolm or Martin. They're the ones sitting at home saying we shouldn't be doing that. The ones saying, oh, y'all shouldn't be going up that street right there. And the ones saying, how you gonna shoot the people and not expect them to shoot us back?
I can tell you why this
That's the
there's some older people right now, and it's not even by their nature of saying they agree with white people, but because they're older in what they've been through, experience, they'll say right now, watching something like that. Even though we know that the cop wrong and could have took another option, they'll say, why is that kid trying to run from the police? An older person is gonna say it. My bro, I can hear him screaming saying, look at these kids, they just won't stay out of trouble. That ain't because she don't think that the police wrong. It's because she's so trained that if you didn't do this wouldn't have happened. That comes from years and years of installments that's saying, just stay out of trouble. And you be like, wait a minute, I still don't deserve to die. But an older person, like 80s, 90s, they'll still tell you, well, just stay out of trouble. Because in their mindset, they don't see it like us.
Don't put yourself in a position.
Don't put yourself in a position. Now, we'll say, how dare you say that? I know. But
some people say that. Some people will say that.
A lot of people say that.
The thing is this, at this point, though, that's great. I get it. I'm not disputing any of this. But don't put yourself in a place to be picked on. You had me.
No,
Why did you
okay,
put me in a
but
position to be picked on?
no.
This is about-
No,
I know what
No,
decides.
you can't. No, that's going a whole different way.
How is it going a whole different way? If
Because
you're saying don't put yourself in a
listen, you said you had me. That the comment said you had me. A person can have 20 kids, and every kid is taught the same way. Now it comes down to self-will.
We are talking about black people being murdered in America. Now, see, this is where I think when I'm having conversations with y'all start going, let this free for me. Because if we're talking about
so we're talking about the kid that got shot. The kid that got shot. Somebody said, when I told you when I first started, somebody said, and somebody would say, and other people on the other side, and some of us would say, if he wouldn't have tried to run, that wouldn't have escalated to that point. Now,
So let's say two words. Tamir Rice.
but
Tamir Rice.
I understand what you're saying. You can't use another scenario
It's
for
the
that
same.
scenario.
You gotta understand this. Again, we said it 100 times, and we gotta say it 100 more times until somebody catches it. It is a narrative.
I got it. So let me.
I agree. You know I agree.
So let me put it in a little more in perspective, where we got two different wills, two different outcomes, both cars at fault.
No.
Hold on.
We're in overtime.
Oh, sorry.
We're getting deep right now.
The video that I sent to you about the lieutenant.
We watched.
Okay, so we watched. So here we are. Here we are. We come down to choice. We're not saying either of those guys deserve what they got.
Okay.
But because of the sergeant taking a different approach, whole time
He lives to tell the story.
he lives to
I know
tell
exactly what he's saying.
the story.
It sounds bad. I know what you're
listen,
thinking,
listen.
Gloria. I know what you're
So
thinking.
we're not. I'm
But
not advocating.
We're not advocating
at all.
but it is.
It's the way of life. Now, guess what? For the longest, y'all seen it. He's still all of a sudden you know what?
He's pepper spray. He
Right,
gets
right. Hold on. If even the moment that he even reached to, it wasn't until he was already almost out of the vehicle.
Then he took the seat.
Then he took the seatbelt off. So that you can, he was smart enough to say, you know what? Let me face you in a surrender position where I have a seatbelt on me. Again, let's think fast forward.
Okay.
Hold on. What I'm showing you is decision making. It comes down a lot of times us as black people.
And we don't want to hear that.
And we
I
don't
know
wanna
right
hear
now
it.
it's tough to
It's
hear
tough
what
to
Gloria
hear.
is saying.
It's
But
tough. But this is the
the
act.
facts are the facts.
No, finish because
I'm
I'm about to cut all of that.
No,
right,
let me
right
tell you. I got stopped the other night. I got stopped.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, y'all realize, so you can't tell, none of y'all can tell me about what, because I made it home, safe back to my family. You know, hold on.
Yeah, many people like
Hold
you did
on,
not.
hold on.
Doing the same thing you did.
Hold on.
So now what you do?
What I'm
So
saying.
now what do you do?
Right. No, what
No,
you
go ahead.
do.
No.
It's
No.
Finish,
question.
finish because I need to make a
What
point to
I'm
what
saying is this. Had I'm like, why did you stop me? But had I gave any way to feel, so they can feel threatened or whatever have you, it could have been a different way, and I wouldn't have made it home.
I know.
So
I know.
And it's hard.
I know.
And it's
Can I-
hard.
can I-
And like Marcus said,
I know.
it's hard to
I know
digest.
it's hard to digest that.
Can
I know it's hard.
Let me
Nobody
tell you
wanna
why-
hear you say
let me
that.
tell you why it's so hard
what
to
we're
digest,
saying- what we're
because
saying
that's
is-
not realistic.
What it is realistic. What we're saying is that, you know what? Why should I have to succumb and to bar down to the law of the land, to the white man and everything, and to humble myself and let my pride, my ego, and I know I haven't done anything wrong. But when you thinking fast forward, my knee-jerk reaction to get my driver's license, my registration, could cost my life. You know what? Okay, cool.
Can I interject?
Before you do it, now I'm gonna make the point of what he just said. Modern day, we talk about slavery. We talk about those that run and those that don't run. And once I see somebody run, you say, yeah, I still can run, but now I saw somebody got their damn whole legs cut off. I'm probably not gonna run, most likely. Watch this. Durran. He can have pride, he can say, I ain't wrong, he can do all that. I saw people get killed for wrong movements, for hostility, and everything else we're watching. So now his mindset is to not succumb to them, to do everything in my will to go home. Now, I use that to say, not even say I would make that same decision. I'm not even saying I would or wouldn't. What I'm saying is, I'm showing you the modern day, how we talk about when they don't. That's the same story. One that says, okay, now forget what I've seen on TV, forget what I've been witnessing. I'm still gonna be the man, be proud for it, and be like, no, I'm gonna have that defense. He went off. He's the slave that saw somebody run and said, no, I ain't running.
So
Because of what I experienced,
that's
what I saw.
okay.
He's that slave that you just talked about.
Okay, so
You see what I'm saying?
Wait,
So
no,
now what happens?
hold on. Let me go. I need to
now.
go. No, I need to go to your point really quick
Go
because
ahead.
I'm gonna miss because y'all are bringing up two different points, which are fine with me. I love it. Thank you so much. The first thing I wanted to interject about that video that you're speaking about. First and foremost, he didn't do anything that was not compliant. Let's clarify that. He went into a well-lit space as anyone who is in danger or feels like they're in danger, even if it is to the police, should be going to a well-lit space. Let's clarify that. But guess what? That still happened to him. Hold up. So it wasn't his action that caused the reaction. It was their action.
No,
No.
Gloria, no. Let me cut you off.
Okay, go ahead.
If you look at the video, you had two cops there. The cop that was off in the wing and close to the back of the truck, guess what? He was the laid back one. He was the non-aggressive one. He was following. He really didn't say too much. It was the one that was the aggressor, yelling at him, da 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 da. What I'm telling you, that cop already was hostile, so he was looking.
I said that.
Is
that not my point?
Yeah,
That was my point.
Yeah.
So what do you see? So
Durran,
what are you saying?
you're not
I'm
listening
sorry,
to.
I'm listening to you.
No. Yeah, right. No, I.
So what I'm saying is that
by
the way he made it home, yeah, he got maced profusely, but he made it home. And guess what? This cat got $1 million plus lawsuit.
And one officer fired, right?
Yeah,
And one officer fight.
That's
However, what I'm saying is that ultimately, this guy made it home to his family versus, hey, having more rank than a cop. You talking about a lieutenant that served this country that's bigger than any cop.
There. I'm so glad Durran walked in on this part because what he's showing is what we just talked about.
Right.
But he don't know what we just talked about. But he's showing.
Right, but he say the same.
He came in right on time.
But
the person that don't run.
Again.
So you saying everybody got the option? I'm like,
no, you do have.
You have the option,
yeah,
yes.
the option.
But I'm telling you why that option probably wasn't.
All options to do.
I'm showing you why that option wasn't decided probably from so many
when we
other things.
When we spoke about it initially, the officer said they were so hostile because he didn't stop immediately.
Right.
So let's repeat that again. So basically, what y'all are saying is he would have made it home faster had he stopped immediately.
No,
No, that's exactly what you're saying.
No.
And let me tell you why you're saying.
We don't know.
That's the point that I'm trying to make to you right now.
Hold on, listen. If he,
that's the point. You don't know if you're gonna make it home when you get pulled over.
We don't.
Buddy on the expressway. That musician on the expressway is changing his tire and he's murdered, bro.
So because you don't know what happens now.
That's
so
the
you're
point.
Right. You don't know.
Okay, how do you want to?
So we know what happens.
The better question. How do you make that?
Because you're right. You don't know.
At this point,
we don't know.
No. At this point, I can't answer that because no one is. I can't tell you. You know what? Put your hands out the window.
But he's saying
say yes or no. He's not saying how because you know what? If the officer was in a different mindset,
we can't go off this.
No. We can because it's happened prior to now.
But we still can't go
and just like with you, you're saying you're not gonna run because you might get caught and your legs might be cut off.
Not me saying
you can't say if
I'm saying
you run, your legs might get cut off.
What I'm doing is justifying every elder person that made a choice to. You say they had access to the knowledge. I'm telling you why they wouldn't pursue the access. You say they had access. I'm not going to deny they didn't have access. You may be right. You may be absolutely correct. They had access to the knowledge. What I'm saying is why they wouldn't pursue the knowledge is a damn good point. It's a damn good reason why they probably wouldn't. Now I know what you're saying. Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right.
You kill if you do, you kill if you don't. But I'm saying,
kill if you do, kill if you
and I believe that. So I'm far from being not with you on that because I'm a believer of if I'm gonna go fight it.
Right.
I'm totally with that. What I'm telling you is
Not
why.
ignorant though. Not saying that he should have been bad
No,
or anything.
No,
like
I'm just saying
that.
why.
Ignorant.
I'm saying why so many people chose not to, because it wasn't they just didn't do it. It was because what was shown to them that to break them was horrible.
You don't think
horrible? So
but you don't think being raped and molested was horrible?
Yes.
You don't think backbucking was horrible? You don't think being sexually assaulted by your child forced to sexually assault you is horrible? Being forced to have children with each other, brothers and sisters, is not horrible? Again, your choice of horrible may be different from my choice of horrible. You understand?
But again, the truth.
That
But it
all
all comes
becomes
down to Gloria.
choice.
It all comes down to I said that. I also said that experience. And what you experienced. The environment shapes who we are.
Are you sympathetic? Are you sympathetic for our people then that made a choice not to run? Are you sympathetic for them, or
I feel more sympathetic for them than the ones who didn't choose to have a long lifestyle in slavery. I feel okay. So you know how they say the good die young.
Okay.
So you die young, you probably are not going to suffer some of the things that we have to suffer through life. You understand what I'm saying? So there are people who decided to jump off that shit. I'm not doing this. And they jumped. Mm-hmm. And to us, we're like, what? You jumped?
Right.
You understand? But if you know, that when you come over here, what's going to happen
when you say
to you,
jump off the ship, I'm sorry, I want to make sure, because again, I wasn't on your conversation. Are you talking about people say they know the slavery, that they would rather jump than being enslaved?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's the point that I'm making as far as the choice.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. Everybody on the ship knew they can jump. True. Some chose not to. True. Some chose to do so, right? Then you get to where you are. Mm-hmm. Majority of the people who jumped had the same information that the people who didn't jump did.
So they all witness the same thing.
So now you suffer in a different aspect. You suffer in a different mindset.
Well, hold on. I got you. You're absolutely right. Okay. I agree. The ones that jump, I understand. I understand the mindset, so on and so forth.
I understand both mindsets.
About both sides, both mindsets.
I understand both mindsets. Absolutely. I guess that's what I'm defending right now. So I'm defending that I understand both mindsets. So the people you talking about with as far as the access, that's why I'm more defending them, saying, yeah, the access may have been, but it really wasn't access because.
But Marcus, hold on.
Okay. So we're talking about today's access, but now can you imagine over the timing that what we've experienced and saw? So now that the access is there, like you said,
it's more willing.
Yeah,
so
it's more mindset.
But why is it more willing? Now this is what I'm debating with you, because I was once saying that it's more willing. Like, okay, now you can make a choice to be dumb, be smart, know it and not know it, and you make a choice. So that's just you. And then something changed me.
I told you.
Something changed me about that. But
I said knowledge.
But it's indebted. So even if this choice and mindset, you almost like got a race that Durran got 10 steps ahead of me. So even though, you get in the race and you still got the ability to win, but you still already put me. I'm in I started in a messed up situation. Like the situation I'm starting in is damaged. Right. So we got options and we got choices to make, the choices to be better. But now we still a messed up people because of how it all started. We're still a messed up, mentally messed up group of people.
And that's why when we said all started, that's why I said that's where our knowledge comes in, because this is not where it all started.
For us, this is where it all started. No, you're talking about before us.
Right. No, it's not before us, because
before us. I'm talking about us. When I say us, I'm talking about us right now. You're talking about before us. Before us sitting here, this is what it started for all us three sitting here. None of us was over there when we was kings.
Well, I
We
mean,
read
that's
about
the
it.
Kings. I mean, from the beginning of time. 'Cause,
Right,
you know,
but
there have been Indians and
you
there have
never
been
experienced
Africans.
that.
Hold
You
on.
never personally experienced being a queen over there.
I personally experience that in my life every day, and that's why
No,
I
no,
choose not to
no.
do certain
You
things. And
even
conduct myself in that manner.
even if you choose now to conduct yourself away, you still never experienced it the way it was. You don't have no experience of that. You make a choice of what
Hold on. So what you're saying is because I don't have any experience of it, but I do have knowledge of it, I'm supposed to conduct myself.
Nope, I didn't tell you what you're supposed to do. What I'm saying is, I'm telling you what's factual. I'm not telling you what decision you're still supposed to make. But right here, these people right here, you never experienced, Durran never experienced what it was being king before what he knows right now that's been downloaded. None of us
never.
You didn't experience that.
What we go through today is nowhere near what they went through back then. Even with the killings, the mass murdering, so on and so forth.
Still today. We still can't live it.
So we can't think that we're kings.
No,
we
we're not saying that.
No, we can't think that we're kings, but we can think that we're slaves. But either way, we never had.
We didn't say any of that. I'm telling you, you make a choice to be a queen, and a king makes the choice. You're right. Also, but you make the choice.
What kings and what the whole kings and queens, it's a mindset.
It's a mindset. That's all it really is. Because you don't know anybody that was there.
Are you?
You don't know anybody. No, we don't. We're not old enough to know anybody back then.
Everybody can't
Wait a minute.
Listen, in the truth of the matter, everybody can't be a king. And if you're a king,
that's what I just said.
Hold on. If you're a king, guess what? If you're a queen, we operate in three different regions. Guess what? We all trying to do the same thing, obtain power. So whatever it takes for me to knock your kingdom down, knock your queendom down, and vice versa, we're going to do that so we can be the only one.
And
so
that is not necessarily true.
Why?
Because not all kings think in a mindset of that. Good kings don't do dumb shit like that. Just like good kings don't
Gloria,
have the
Name one in history.
Right, tell me.
Name a king in history that wasn't
can't.
trying to default somebody else's king.
Right, tell me.
And be the,
there are some. I'm sorry.
That's
not true.
That's how kingdoms win.
But you know what? No.
That's the story
but
of
I'm
kingdoms.
I'm definitely going to look it up because that is, and I'll give y'all names because that's not true.
That's how kingdoms win. From Bible days.
That's how
kingdoms win.
That's how Caucasian kingdoms win. Even when we're talking about tribes, because remember, we can't talk about kings and queens because we're not from England. Or, we're not, when we say kings and queens, we mean like of our tribes. We're the head.
I got a question.
Even as tribes, we want to take each other's heads.
I got a question.
We were like, hey, this is your side. This is my side. If my family owed you money, here's my kids. They have to work off my debt. You understand? They weren't murdering you.
So
they
check this
weren't
out.
molesting
Here
you.
we
They
go.
weren't having children.
I know this may be an alley ranch, but it's along the lines of what we talked about. What is your perspective, Africa, when we have militia? African militia shooting down our own people. Now hold on. Listen.
Even over there.
No, I'm about to tell you. Go ahead.
I'm off the streets. I see this. Now I decided I want to get into militia, get enrolled, become part of it. In order for me to do that, my mindset had to be reprogrammed.
That's right. That's what they do. That's what they do. They reprogram your mindset. They reprogram your mindset.
Wait.
So, wait.
No.
So my question is that what you said earlier, this goes back, we're programmed to be a certain way depending on whatever it is.
From the day we were born.
We're programmed.
From the day we were born.
Now,
from the day we was conceived,
so
we're programmed.
Y'all do understand. Y'all do understand. Now you're going into good and evil.
No.
You are, because you're talking about, hold on. You're talking about a militia.
Gloria,
now,
what I'm
that's
asking
like
about,
saying black on black crime.
It is black on black.
Oh, now don't say that. Because she said there is no black on black crime.
Well, what is it?
Okay, I'm gonna explain. I can explain her point too when she said there is no black on black crime. Over here we said white still blacks. And she said she hates when people say black on black crime because there is no black person killing another black person because they're black. When she broke it down like that, I got it. Black on black crime out of that perspective or scenario. How we say whites killing blacks because of straight color, not because of thieving, not because of somebody did something to me out of defense, none of that. Because of straight, you're not the color I am, and I'm more dominant. I'm more higher standard than you. She's saying blacks, there shouldn't be a quote black on black crime because that's not what blacks are doing. There's many other reasons blacks are killing each other, robberies and other many reasons. But it's not because you're black. Like whites kill you because you're black, or we're more lenient, or we're more whites are more adamant to pull a gun before a tracer and shoot you more than they'll do to a black person. More than they'll do to a white person. So they're saying if a black person do it, she's saying stop saying it's black on black crime because it's not. A black person didn't do it because it's black. They did it for another reason or perspective behind it.
I get it.
So I got what she said.
But that's a term that the media came up with.
Okay.
Because true enough, I would agree. If a white person kills a white person, it should be white on white crime. If white people kill white people, it should be white on white crime.
Right.
However,
it's not labeled that.
Right, it's not labeled that.
Right.
However, when you hear black on black crime because it has happened and it happens so much, is we're given that label that we shoot down our own people, whereas the other white people, guess what? They can go to the bar. Hey, buddy, what's going on? No, they throw it up. Total strangers. They bump into each other, whatever, for the most part. Even if they, my bad, buddy. Oh, man, I'm sorry. It's a different reaction for us, brother. You step on my James out in the club or whatever have you, and I'm ready to kill you. Again, that goes back.
Like we don't have enough of people wanting to kill us. We don't need to add to our own.
Correct. Again, it's mindset.
Everything is mindset.
Right, and it comes down to, you know what? I can't see, white people aren't taught that. We as people, because we taught to be kings and queens, we throw out, you know what? I'm gonna walk with all the power that I have as a man. Oh, I can't let you boss me. I ain't what? Oh, so now pride is in the way.
And for this, what you just said, this is the reason I feel. This is the reason I feel the road is very far for us to get our stuff together. Yeah, we're evolving as we get more, like she said, educated and knowledge. We should come together more. But I feel the road is a long ways because you're talking about taking something that was installed in a culture.
I was going to say it's culture.
It's cultural. You know what I'm saying? It was installed in us for however amount of time. Now you're trying to say we need to just be knowledgeable because it's there. And now,
so let me ask a question.
So I'm saying that's almost not impossible, but
why is it different from Caucasians to have conflict? And if they do get into a physical conversation,
it ain't like no white crime.
Hold on, no, I addressed that. I said that.
I know.
Yeah, I said that. It should be white on white crimes. This is where it will be labeled black on black crime.
Right.
However, what I am saying by asking this question, again, it's culturally it's taught. When you see white people fight, what do you see? How is the fight happening? When you see two white people fight,
we're laughing.
No, when you see two white people fight,
I don't know.
What is it?
A conflict.
Yeah, when you see two black people fight, are they fighting to kill?
Yeah.
I would disagree.
Black people fight to kill each other.
Okay, wait a minute.
Hold on. When you see a white, I see the other day.
I grew up fighting, and we would fight each other and be friends the next day. We weren't trying to kill each other.
Yeah, I grew up that way too.
I grew up that way too. Not nowadays.
Not now.
You got
not now in our neighborhood, but if I go right now to where I grew up, yeah. They still fight each other not to kill them.
Listen, I
kill each other.
No.
I grew up.
Again, when you talk about cultural, it's a cultural disconnect in how we were raised. Because when you see white people fight, for the most part, it's like pushing and shoving. scratching or whatever have you, and they go home about their way.
Right.
Black people, you get whooped. Marcus whooped me. Young with me. Okay, you know what?
Can't let it ride.
That is right.
When I come back,
Can't let it ride.
I'm coming back.
Right.
I can't let it go.
Right.
You know what? Now, but you know what?
Right.
That comes again. It goes back.
Mindset, and they have a different what's name for life. A different what's called a different what's name for life.
But I can't. I think.
I just think I agree with everything you're saying. I just think it's three times more difficult for us in this culture to get our stuff together because of how much was installed in us and downloaded in us and programmed in us. It's going to be very, very difficult. Of course, I'm not saying anything is impossible. What I'm telling you, for our race, compared to any other race, it's going to be very, very difficult to take something that was programmed in us from the very nature of us being here in America. No other race. No other race.
You made that point when I said what the girl had told me about what people feel about Black Americans, and I had to prove the point that
Right. So what I'm saying that this is why it's so difficult. So yeah, I confront my people sometime about us, but then I understand that this is almost all they know. And yes, the knowledge is there. And yes, they can get it. But what has been
Marcus, at the end of the day,
what do?
there's always a better way. No matter what, especially in society nowadays, being that we know, we've seen, we have observed, we have witnessed, we know ultimately, hey, and we're programmed to an extent. You get stopped by the law. Let me govern myself accordingly because I know even if it takes me to bite my tongue.
And no, it shouldn't be like that.
And no, it shouldn't be like that.
Right.
It comes down to a choice. Am I going to bark down to the law, to the white folk, or I'm going to show my prowess as well? No, you ain't going to boss me. One or two scenarios going to happen. I'm looking to make it back home to my family and live another day. I want to live another day.
You hear that? So
I want to live another.
There's no. I'm sorry.
But what he's saying, he'd rather take a choice that way, even if there's no guarantee.
So
I'm telling you, this is what slaves. Not calling you a slave. This is what slaves thought when they saw. When they saw things happen, I'm gonna die anyway, maybe another way.
Let me enjoy, even in my suffering. You know what?
I'm telling you, that's a real mentality.
Even Gloria,
yes.
Let me even bring it around modern day. We all have had life squeeze on us when we wanted to throw in a towel, jump overboard. But because we know we have so much more attached to us, it don't feel good. It don't even look good. Oh, yeah, this is jacked up. I don't even see a way out. But if I give up, then everything I fought for, everything I'm holding on for is now gone. However, let me hold on.
If you had the choice, you take your chances.
Holding on.
I'm gonna be 100 with you, and I can totally get where you're coming from.
Martin.
Let
everything in that.
Change.
I
change is gonna come at some point.
I can understand.
Unfortunately, it took millions to die.
I can understand that point. However, you are not gonna sit here and give me spiritual hams.
That's no spirit.
No, I'm not saying that. No.
No,
not you personally. I'm listening to my point.
Okay, got you.
You're not gonna sit here and give me spiritual hams and tell me I'm part of the Motisa tribe because it ain't happening. You understand? So if this is either our fight or slavery, you can sit in the corner if you want to.
I get it.
Guess what?
It comes down to choice.
And
Again.
what it comes down to is
Do I really want to make? Am I really tell my family, hey, I'm putting the place?
Everybody did it, there would be no slavery. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. If everybody ran, they can't kill you all.
That is a good.
You can't kill everybody.
Now, what you're saying is a great point.
Everybody stood up.
Any movie,
you can't make anybody stand up.
Every time I watch movies, my thought was, everybody. I got the answer though. I got the answer too. My thought was, it's more of us
than them.
How do you take 50 slaves with 5 people on horses and guns and say you're gonna run 50 people? I've never understood.
And I tell you,
but I'm gonna tell you,
nobody want to lose their life. Nobody want to put themselves in the place to lose my life.
That's the answer.
That's where it comes in.
No.
Preserving.
Wait, hold on. No.
This is good stuff right now because this is today.
The 50 people that you see are the ones who chose not to run. The other 600 ran. So they either somewhere else, not slaves, or dead. Don't get it twisted. What you're looking at is their perspective.
Say it again.
You're saying how is it that you have 5?
I said I never understood that. No. You got 5 people on a horse.
Go ahead, repeat it so he can.
You got 5 people on a horse, and you got 50 slaves out there that you are over.
And he said,
we know damn well there's 50 black folks out there.
Yeah, if we all bum rush, listen, he can't go
It's done. It's been like that.
But you're not listening.
What would make these 50 people not feel like mindset that was already broken?
Because they're the last 50 left. Because there used to be 600, and the rest of them ran. Some of them got murdered. No. Wait, I'm not saying that is the absolute case, but I'm trying to give you a different look at it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm trying to give you a different.
I was going to say if they're the last 50 left, that's even more the reason not to
That's what you're the last 50 left because you chose not to run, because you chose not to fight, because you chose your situation, because you said let me rejoice in my situation.
Hold on. Question. Because that's the part I guess me and you was originally debating about. Would you say you chose? Was that really a fair statement to say you chose?
There's 650 of you. There's 650, and hold on, let's say able bodies. Let's make sure we're crystal clear.
Yeah.
There's 650 of you able bodies. 600 say, we out. 50 of you say, but if we run, we might lose a limb. The other 600 said, I'll lose a limb before I be a slave.
Okay.
600 run, 400 get murdered, 2 of them make it. 200 make it. The ones you see on the TV are the 50 that said, I prefer to be a slave. They had no opportunity to be free. You understand?
You said they had no.
There was no the 50.
They had opportunity.
No.
Choice, like you said.
But what I'm saying is, based on their choices, they have no opportunity to be free.
But the choices they made, was it? I guess that's what I'm asking. What are your thoughts about that choice for those 50 made? That's what I told you.
I think that's what you mentioned to me before. Everybody has choice. It's free will.
No, I'm saying what is your thought on that free will?
I'm not coming back to get you. What you think? You think I made it over the hill to come get you? I'm not coming for you. You chose to stand there. I
sympathize for those 50 too.
So
the same way I sympathize for the 600.
The thing is, why do you sympathize for the 600 though? I guess that's my question.
I sympathize for the 600 too because they in a messed up situation. I just sympathize with them. Ain't nothing to do with the choice.
The whole 650 was in a bad situation.
I sympathize with everybody. What I'm telling you, I'm not going to say as Kanye West, we made a choice to be slaves. I got what he said. I understood exactly what he said.
I didn't get that.
I got what he said because you're saying it now.
No, I didn't say that. You asked a question on how we can change it.
And what was your answer?
My answer was knowledge. And then you said, this is why I'm saying I don't believe people chose to be slaves.
So here it is.
No.
Let me. You can have the knowledge.
Wait. I think you don't know you're saying it. You say it again. You didn't say it. You said you're not saying people chose to be slaves. What?
Right.
You said you're not saying that, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's say what you said.
Me how, because we were asking about modern day today.
Okay, so you saying
so you said to me,
you don't believe people chose to be slaves.
Of course they didn't.
So when they made a choice, and this is just saying what you're saying, when they made a choice not to run, and to
they
stay,
chose to stay.
What did they choose?
They didn't choose. No. Hold on. They chose fear. They chose.
No. What were they? What were they when they? What were they? If they stayed, what are they?
No. When they were taken, they were slaves.
Oh. Right, and when they're at that very moment, what are
To stay,
they're slaves.
Yes.
Okay, the other people chose to run, to not be slaves anymore.
Well, I mean,
No,
they're
you
slaves,
said it,
they're
bro.
dead slaves, and then they're free slaves. But that's the point. I'm not saying that they asked to be slaves.
I
What
know,
I'm saying
no.
is to say, you asked me a question.
No,
how do
you're
we
missing
change this?
You're
I'm
missing
not missing it.
You're missing it.
You asked.
You say they didn't choose to be slaves.
Listen. Okay.
I want you to hear what you're saying.
Listen to me. You
When they
asked
chose
me
to
a
stay,
question.
when they chose to stay,
They
what-
chose that situation. Period.
and that was what?
Slavery.
So did they choose to be? When you say, did they ask to be slaves from their beginning conception? Did they choose to stay in slavery?
Yes, they did. They chose not to run.
Because I'm only making your point.
No.
I ain't saying that's my
You
point.
said that. I'm
You hear
saying
what
that
she
people
said, right?
chose
You
to
get what I'm saying?
People chose to be slaves. They didn't choose to get picked off. They didn't
We're
choose to come over
not talking about that part. We're talking
That's slave. No. That's when you. That's the choice. That right there is the choice. Now that the choice was taken, you can choose to run.
Or
Because
remain a slave.
now that their point is what your point is. Their point is, I'm going to die. I'm going to lose a limb. They're not saying, oh, I'm going to stay a slave. I want to do this. No, they're saying, I'm not going to do that because I don't want that.
And that's remaining a slave.
But they didn't choose to be there.
We said, no, they choose to stay there.
All right, so let's put it this way. Okay, no. Let's put it this way. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, okay. All right.
So
Let's put it this way.
nobody,
Let's
none
put it this
of the slaves.
You don't choose family.
None
Right?
of the slaves
You're
chose
born
to be
into
there.
a family. Yes? You're born into a
Yes,
family.
yes.
I didn't choose to be here. Now, if I get of age and I know that this family is extremely dysfunctional and dangerous,
Mhm.
and I choose to stay, did I choose the family? Or did I choose the situation that I'm in?
You choose to stay in the family.
No. I'm always going to be family, so.
You talking
Even if
about
I
bloodline now.
move,
You talking about bloodline now.
because you don't
You just talking about
you don't
bloodline.
choose your family. When I say that, I mean I didn't choose my mother.
Okay,
Father,
but
that's
you
my
use
bloodline.
using bloodline. You can't use bloodline when it comes to slavery. Because slavery is not bloodline. So you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't use that.
But you're
point.
saying slavery is a bloodline.
No, I'm not. I didn't. You can't use that.
Because
that
you're
point.
saying it's based upon
No, I'm
what
saying.
we learned.
No, I'm saying what you said about choosing to run or choosing to stay. Both choices that you can make. You
Yes.
can choose to run, you can choose to stay. If you choose to run, you chose to try to be free. If you choose to stay, you chose to remain a slave.
You are okay.
And is that not accurate?
Right.
It's so if you were a slave, all right. So if you were a slave,
I'm
and
using
you,
your
wait,
thing.
if you were a slave
Mhm.
and you were a runaway slave, right?
Okay.
Does
I'm
that
no
mean
longer a
you?
slave now.
No,
I ran away.
You're
I
still,
know what you're saying.
you're still a slave.
No,
No,
how
you're
am I
a slave.
slave?
Because according to the way this whole concept works, we just said bondage is slavery.
Hold on.
How many
Hold on,
bunnies
hold on.
am I
No, hold on.
That mentally
No,
you might not
no.
be in the same
Hold
position.
on, hold on. So now, let's ask what comes into it. If I run away, regardless of my thinking, I thought enough to run away. I'm no longer under the bondage and waking up, all right, going to sleep, being whipped. I'm not under the subjection of some ruler, some master. I have my free will. I can do that, go and come as I please now. However,
You really can't, but okay.
why can't I?
Because again, all right.
Hold on. Why?
When
No.
you're brought to America as a
No.
slave.
No.
Hold on,
No.
When-
Just-
Let me.
just-
You
no.
guys can find out. You think that people
No.
moved and they were black and they went over there, and because you was over there and not standing there, you was no longer a slave.
I'm
People
not.
would
I'm
take
not.
you from over there too, but you chose to run.
Gloria.
You chose to fight
Listen.
back.
Even
Which
when
one?
you.
I'm trying to figure out how.
Even if I run away, guess what? I stand the risk of getting caught again.
That's why I ran, so I wouldn't be a
Right,
slave.
right.
I made a conscious choice to run, to not be a slave. So how can I still be a slave if I made a conscious choice to run? You said that. The runners made a conscious decision to run,
Right, exactly.
to be no
They
longer
did.
slaves.
And
To
whatever
run away
outcome.
from this situation.
Right.
Which
So
slavery.
they're no longer slaves. So they still have the.
Do you think people who ran from slavery let me ask you, why do you think that when they went to the Underground Railroads and they went into these people's houses, they still had to hide?
So they hid. It's just like if
They
hold
still
on.
had to hide because they were still considered slaves.
No,
but they chose
they
different. They
Gloria,
chose
No,
Yeah,
you
they-
talking about
Gloria.
being considered slave. You talking about now what
Gloria, they
the law
hid.
called them, what the law called them, in property. They was property of somebody. But we talking
That's
about
what we were talking about when we were talking about mental bondage and why
no,
we can get out of it.
no. Okay, it's two different things. It's two different
Right.
things. We're talking about slavery. You're talking about personally being enslaved, bondage, and you're talking about what the law considered my property. So they ran and hid. No,
Talking about.
no, but it's two different ones because the law considered you my property. That's just a legal basis saying you're my property. If I run, I'm hiding because I don't want to be caught by you that considers me
To go back to the conditions.
legal property. But me, I'm no longer. We're talking about being a slave, being in bondage to you. To you. I'm no
That's the
longer
point.
to me. To
Yes,
me, I'm
yes.
no longer your property because I'm running to become that. I don't want to be no longer your property, so I run to not be a slave.
And I won't be your property once I get across the water. Or get to where I need what I get distant from me, from you.
I have to.
I'm no
disagree.
longer a
It's
slave now.
completely wrong. Okay.
So
The thing is this.
So what?
So watch this. So let's say we do dismantle. All right. Let's say we do dismantle this.
Now let's fix it. Yeah.
No. Let's say we do dismantle this system, right?
Okay.
And we build again. Are we saying that everyone is gonna be in a prosperous state?
Nope.
Okay.
But
Wait.
we said all-
Hold up. Are we saying that everyone is going to have an easier life? But when I say everyone, I mean us.
No.
So when we dismantle this whole entire system and rebuild it, are we saying that we're not gonna okay? And when I say not,
So
I don't mean and or be all. No. When I say man and or be all, when I say so, when we dismantle this system, if we dismantle the system, are we not gonna be the majority in prison?
No.
No. You can't say no.
Hold on.
Again, you can't answer that. But my point to the matter
I
is
can't
this.
answer it, Gloria. Let me tell you why. Let's look at society now. When you have reinforcement that's doing things in communities, that's putting in action plans, that's putting in development now, because when people can taste and if this feels a little better, you know what? And matter of fact, put it like this: you got sharks, and you got people that what's it called sharks and people that taste fish. Well,
sharks and fish.
you got sharks and fish, whatever. You got sharks and you got goldfish, right? Goldfish, they kind of stick in a cluster of people, a cluster. Sharks go take what they need to take. What I'm saying is that we put intervention into whatever community or whatever place. Not everyone is going to prosper. But if you increase by 1%, you have now changed, and now that person can now impact other people. Now change is happening, progress. If I can change one person for 1% week over week within a 3 months time, I've progressed by the intervention that I've now implemented, put in place. Yet everybody won't make it because some people just not built the same way. However, if I'm progressing little, 1% over a course of time, guess what? Now I can't say everybody's gonna make it, but the changes are better. The outcome is better. So somebody. People, black people being in prison. No, you're not gonna make it. No, you're not gonna be in prison. No, why? Because I got you. I'm holding you accountable now. I got intervention in place now. Things that keep you occupied because whatever you told with in your mind, whenever they know what I got you. Now because you got some people that are leaders and you got followers.
Right.
It's always gonna be like that.
Right. So you got the leaders that's leading. That's leading other people to do the right thing. When you know how to do the right thing, where the education comes at, because I know better. Let me lead the people that's in poverty or whatever to a better place now. This is how our activists and everything. This is how we build. This is how we move. This is how, as a culture, that we got black people in politics now that's moving, that's pushing the needle. Because we learned now. We're learning. We're backing each other. Now everybody's not going to do it. We got some people that are we got cheerleaders that are cheering for you from the comfort of their couch.
Right. Yeah.
And they mean well, but they won't get out there and march with you.
They're not gonna do that.
They're not gonna do it. Right.
What you said, I'm home, I got mine, I'm good. I need to maintain mine. I need to make sure I'm good.
Correct. They're in a comfort place.
It's mental.
Now, guess what? They're willing to stay in their place because they're comfortable. However, I'm not risking. There's no risk. There's no reward. Right? However, now, if worst comes to worst, you know what? Let me salvage all that I have. Worst comes to worst. As things get better, oh, shucks. They're pushing the needle. It gets better for them. It gets better for me by default. I can't be out there. You got no cheerleaders that'll cheer and push you on from the background. You got the background cheerleaders. Then you got the front ground. Then you got the people that's really doing it. Out there making it. Now, do someone will fall? Yeah, we got fallen soldiers. Yeah, we do. It comes with the cost.
Right.
And you got something they got something that's not willing to get out there and to get on the front line to say, you know what, I'm willing to risk my life. You know what, but you got others that say, you know what, if I have to lose my life for the better, it's just like me. I will give my life for my kids. So that they can see, you know what, they can live another day.
Exactly.
I was myself in a matter of if somebody came here, you know what?
That's what I said.
You have those people. But again, this is what I'm telling you, it comes down to mindset ultimately. People that really wants to do it. So back to your question, what we said. And will everybody prosper? No.
Right.
But will you see increase? Yes, as long as you're moving in the right direction and we're partnering up together.
Okay.
Now we got now we as people, I see that Marcus, Gloria, y'all aren't as strong, but yet you're willing. That's all it meaning that you may not be equipped with the resources or the strength or the know-how, but you have a willing soul.
Got it.
You know what?
Like for example, they say in this process of our next topic, we can read the end. They say, we heard them. What I say? We heard them their lives and their pockets, their money. And this is how, when I say America is already structured with us in mind to lose, because if we try right now to say let's affect them or let's group together, from all the examples that we've done it, all the times we've done it, they burned it down so much.
Yes. Every single
anytime that we group together, anytime we came up with our own city, our own space, our own system, it was made sure of.
Because those people, they know that they are inferior.
Absolutely.
Because they know that if we
Black Panthers, was the city that was burned down, Tulsa. Every time Black Wall Street, every major move we've ever made, they made sure the same way they did the running slave. If you run, I'm gonna cut you there. I'm gonna make you an example. That's what that is. Them burning down, them doing what they're doing. That's to show you that don't try
start nothing else.
If you try that, this is what's gonna happen. Exactly. So now, how can we? When I say America is structured, how can we say, okay, let's boycott? Watch this. Let's boycott America. We're gonna eat our own stuff. We ain't going to the grocery stores for what white folks own. The big time, the Walmarts, and let's do our own. Where we gonna go?
Mom and pop.
Because we don't own the grocery stores.
Oh yeah,
No, so I'm talking about major chain. I ain't talking about mom and pop. Major chain. We own them. Watch this. We can't get. Let's not go to the gas station. No, we don't own a major. No.
I don't go to Aldi's, but
I do, and we don't own a major chain.
Not even Piggly Wiggly.
A major chain restaurant, we don't own.
I thought Aldi.
That's none. Let's boycott gas. Let's not go to the gas station. Ain't too many major gas chains we own.
Because they know that we're not in a position where what no black own.
Every major thing that we can do for that's needed.
We choose not to.
Now
it's different now. It's a little different now.
Hey,
not actually sure.
Why did I think
there's nothing banking.
I don't know why I thought
just getting into
I
a handful of banking. We're just getting into that. There's no major banking company.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm glad you say that. Y'all shout out. Listen, if you don't know, let me tell y'all, we have a black bank that is called One United.
Yeah, One United, and
Bank.
we got the other one with Magic Mike promoting. So we got more than one.
Oh,
But they're not. Let me tell you the problem. If physically, when you go to around here, can you walk in one? No, they're online. So when you talking about your job, you're talking about somewhere you need to go and run the bank real quick. Predominant, what you see is all major chain. Bank of America, Wells Fargo.
This is the thing.
Every major thing, from hospitals to grocery stores to all, we don't possess the major things. So when it's time for us to hit them where we need to hit them at, we can't even do that.
Let me take
because we always got to revert back.
Well, we don't have to. We choose to because we like convenience. See, this is the card, y'all.
Yeah, true.
This is the card.
Yeah, I tried to get mine back. Let me tell you about them though. I don't mean to down talk. You know what? I don't know. I'm not gonna down talk.
No, yeah, please
I'm not
don't.
gonna down
Please
talk.
don't, because you know what? All banks get the same mess,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
still stick with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So that's why I said I changed my mind.
let's-
I'm not gonna.
All right, holla at you. Be safe.
So listen, next week, I think I want to have some deep conversation. This was extremely deep and detailed, talking about us. We talking about us being messy.
Go back. I'm
in
gonna have to go back
relationships.
because I don't know where my words were twisted, and maybe I'm saying them wrong. But I gotta be on point next time. Y'all not gonna come for me. Y'all not gonna come for me. Y'all gotta be all the way fucked.
Yeah, he's the only one to do it. We double team it. Yeah, I gotta feel that. We did that. We gotta double team.
Y'all
You right about that part.
have me like this.
Right, so you gonna go correct next time.
Hey, I'm gonna listen to this.
I ain't just on that.
I'm gonna listen to
Listen,
this.
so listen, we talked about great stuff tonight, and we didn't just ramble. We didn't just talk about what everybody want to talk about: protests, looting, same old stuff. No, let's get to the nitty gritty of our issue, because that's the only.
That's
You cut
it.
the leaves all day, you cut the limbs all day, but you will never fix it because nothing is gonna change from that stock, that tree stock. Nothing will change until you cut it down from the root and you deal with the root of the problem. And that's what we're gonna deal with on the live
You
show.
can't even cut it down. You can't cut down roots.
You have to. Once you cut it down, you have to deroot it. Whether you get it pulled out, where you put gasoline on it and let it soak it up, and then it breaks itself down. Or whether you get it, I forgot what it's called. The tree thing trim. Well, you get it. Y'all know y'all treat
Wait a
it.
minute. So you could put gas
You
on
put
the
on a
stem.
root. If you got a root and you pour diesel gasoline on it over a period of time, it eats up the root and then it becomes very soft, and now it can just literally come out the ground.
Oh, well, you still got to deroot it.
It still got to be rooted, but the gas is what
Because I was
does.
saying to myself, wait, I thought you can only
Yeah. So as many ways, which is a perfect example of what we're saying. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Right.
There's many one, but it has to be done. And us doing the same old thing, expecting different results.
Insanity.
What she said. That's why I don't talk about what everybody else talking about. Oh, let's go right. Yeah, we've been there. We've done that. We need to deal with the root. And our mindset is the root of a lot of stuff that we're going through. It's our mindset.
We gotta
Knowledge.
We gotta figure it out.
Change our mindset, and then we can start making things happen. We can't boycott because we don't own nothing. So if we boycott, that's why you tell black fools, let's boycott them, let's hit them in their pocket. How? What grocery store we gonna go to? You celebrities, I hold you accountable. You multi-millionaires and billionaires, I hold you accountable. Because y'all can link up. But y'all are doing that. LeBron's and the people out there with the schools and the education. But I believe there's 4 or 5 major things that we have to own in order for us to now say we're not gonna. I ain't talking about own a mom and pop. I'm talking about collectively own banks,
for sure.
schools.
For sure. We need to be in control of our education. That's right. And we need to
Grocery stores.
We need to teach our truth.
Nutrition, our food. The major things, bank, you got this financing, you got education, finances, you got food, nutrition,
property.
and definitely property, land.
We need to own land because we need to be able to put these.
We have right now. We're still the slaves. Right now, we're still the slaves. Now, that says it's 5 of them, and it's 500 of us, and we refuse to mount up against the 5. They're looking over us saying, "Yeah, we got control." They really don't.
Right. They have
They really don't.
thinking it. They have to keep you thinking it.
They're making us think it, but they really don't. Because if we mount up those 4 things we just named, we can own.
Right.
We can own our own.
And that's what happened with Black Wall Street. They got to a point where they had to come to us for grocery.
You see what I'm
They
saying?
had to buy their products, their grocery to us. They had to come to us for clothes. And if you read up on it, we had cars that we built ourselves. We didn't go to them for that. And they had to come to us to get the means.
When we stop going to them for these things, we'll start finding change. Until then, next week, we're getting right back and we're talking about the same thing. We're going to talk about how we can progress. I know you want to talk about
I think that's
somebody cheating.
No. That's
I know you want to talk about relationships and you want to talk about the baby mama, the baby daddy drama. But all that stuff is still mental. We are what we are because it's still our mindset. We cheat because of our mindset. We do what we do because of our mindset. We have nothing because of our mindset. It's all stemming from our mindset. So before we go and be a Wendy Williams and want to talk about just us, let's start talking about some real stuff. Our mindset. And we're probably gonna have no views about that, but we can talk about that.
It ain't about views. Hey,
Somebody, we can change one person and get somebody to mount up. We can do some different stuff.
It only takes one person.
That's all it takes.
That's it.
So until next
that's
week,
a good one. What are we doing again next week? Progression.
Okay, we talked about the police. We talked about the voters' right, and they're changing laws, so we can't talk about all that. But until we get our mindset right, it's gibberish.
Change.
Because we still gonna go against each other. We still gonna. I'm gonna be buying land over here as a celebrity. She's gonna be buying land over there as a celebrity, and we're gonna be
with each other.
We're gonna be competing, saying how good we're doing, but we're not doing it as a culture. We're doing it as individuals. And it still does us no good if it's done as an individual, because guess what? It doesn't help us culturally as a community. Till next week, we out, man. Appreciate all the viewers. Appreciate your response. Late Out Live show. Each and every Wednesday night right here. GG's Music Cafe, Sunrise, Florida, 7:30. We in the building. Tune in, each one, teach one, bring one. We out.
Later.